that you weren't paying attention there. So, all right, let's see how our live stream is going. And it looks like it's all functioning mostly, so that's good. Um, yeah, so the one thing, Paul, I'd sent out that email last week. Apparently, from what Dave said, Doktorov got wounded uh, in the last turn.
Okay.
Yes.
And so I posted something in Consim, seeing if anybody knew if there was like somebody from the Russian Imperial Staff who would fill in for him, because he is a wing leader. He generates a command point. And so it means that the Russians would be down a command point until he returns later in the day. And nobody had posted anything, and unfortunately, there's nothing here in. I looked at both, the book that came with Moscow, and also the stuff that's on the La Bataille U.S. site to see if maybe Nigel or whoever had done any write up had done anything. But since this was written for Marie Louise and Regs, nobody converted anything over, so there's no indication of like who, leaders step up, step down, anything like that. So I don't know.
I think we should all be pretty darn proud of ourselves for being apparently the first people to whack this guy.
Well, I'm sure other people have, but maybe nobody bothered to think about what that means, or if there's a replacement. I know, like at Dresden, if certain leaders are eliminated, then there's other leaders from like the army staff who could step in,
Sure.
or something like that. But I couldn't find anything for the Russians that would give me a clue whether somebody could step in for Doktorov, or you guys just have to wait for him to come back on the battlefield here later in the day. So I don't know if anybody else had done any research on that fact, but as of earlier today, nobody had posted anything in Consim. So I don't know. I mean, unless Ed chimes in with something, or somebody else does, I don't know that there's any difference that we'd had, any different way that we'd handle this for the moment.
Yeah, I always thought that if something wasn't specified and that guy generated an MU, you were stuck until he came back, or if he was dead, it's gone.
Yeah, well, and so that's what I was looking at too, to see if there was anything. But I know that on the French army staff, there's a bunch of guys here that could probably fill in for. If not for a corps leader, they could certainly fill in for divisional leaders and stuff like that. But there's no specification for, for that either. So, like, if a division leader gets whacked, okay, well, presumably there's somebody, at the corps level who could fill in, and then after that, somebody at the army level who might be able to fill in. But for someone like a corps leader or a wing leader, it doesn't look like they have any replacement if they get wounded or killed. So,
yeah.
On the bright side, he's not killed. He's just wounded. So, well, gentlemen, are we ready to get the ball rolling, or do we want to hear a full report from Albert from his travel log?
Oh my!
You there, Al?
Yeah, I'm here, but I didn't think there was a resounding desire to hear about my travels.
Well,
I'm not sure they're that interesting.
We'll poll the everyone watching on YouTube and see. There's 2 people watching. If this plummets to 0, then we would know really quickly. They don't want to hear it. All right, we should probably not
we'll
abuse
just
them.
the game.
They're here for the game, probably not for the banter.
Not here for me to drone on about fly fishing in Colorado.
Oh, yeah, I don't even want to hear that. So, fly fishing.
25 words or less. Did you get a
Yeah.
ton of great battles of the American Civil War gaming in?
Yes, I did. Yeah, we visited battlefields in the morning and played monster games in the afternoon and the evenings.
Awesome. Sounds great.
That sounds like
It was
heaven on earth.
Kind of like Tempe, only with the
I
battlefield.
got along a similar lines. I was at ProtoCon, which is a little mini con here in Dallas last weekend, and there was a little flea market table, as there often is. And I got two, in one case shrink wrapped, and the other case unpunched, of the great campaigns of the American Civil War games. Both of them are
very good games.
Avalon Hill games from the 1990s have literally never been punched. In one case, the shrink wrap hasn't come off of it yet. $45 a piece. I was like, I'm all over that. So,
Those are nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
I'll be putting on my Stonewall Jackson beard here pretty soon and getting serious.
Yeah. They have done second editions, updated things, victory conditions and stuff, and some of those early Avalon Hill ones.
Well, that's
Cool.
all right.
So that's
All
all right.
right.
Still got the good ones.
Well, guys,
What do we
it's
got?
it's the 12 o'clock turn, so we need to roll for the Russians. We need to roll for the French. So we can go ahead and roll for the French. I'll go ahead and shake the dice really hard, see what we get. 51. The guard artillery released. Well, that's already happened. So we just get a command point for Napoleon. All right, it's time for the Russians.
All right, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Albert's feeling lucky. Let's see. 63.
After all, resurrected.
Wow. You need to take a 2-week holiday more often. It says reserve batteries released. More artillery is needed in the line of battle. 3 batteries may be released from the artillery reserve. The batteries may come from either army. 1 command point at the army leader level. So, well, you've already got, I think, the 1 reserve that's over here with Bagration's army is already out. So it would be the army reserve of the First Army of the West. That would be, you could pull off 3 batteries. Nice rolling, Albert.
Yeah.
These 3 were already
get some of
released.
those a couple of turns. And we had 3 already released. Now we got another 3.
I tell you, it's like Christmas in September.
Well, we needed to replace some of those ones that you ran through, Eric.
Yes, well, I
You're not
have to do that.
Nice. Well, you're not nice.
Well, I wanted Paul to have some sense of empathy for what you've been going through. So I couldn't just have it be. Good. I couldn't just go that easy on him while you were gone. So he had to have some feel a little bit of the French heat over there. So, all right. Well, we can go off to our respective rooms and figure things out. So you guys will be down a command point for Doktorov. So that should give you 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 for the roll. So you have 5 command points. Does that sound about right?
That sounds good.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Off to our respective commands. Here we go. All right. So, let's figure out who's doing what, where, with what. We're going to have our usual 9 command points. So,
did you reread that event from last turn?
Oh, no! Did you figure out what it is and what you want to do with it?
I think we did it wrong last turn. He should have immediately moved to a unit to charge with.
Well,
Is
he with
said
a
immediate.
okay? So is he with a unit
He's
that he
now
can
with
charge with now?
units he can charge with.
Okay, so you'll have the one for Marat, and then and then whatever else you want to do, right? So then you'll have that should give you. So how many do you need over there? Another 3? So the one for Marat is free because that was because of that roll we did last turn.
Okay.
Michael, what do you need?
Well, we'll do nay again because I now that I'm kind of committed, I kind of need to finish off this this
Yeah,
west end
I
of
think
Semenovsky. So yeah, so we definitely need to do nay. I'm struggling to see what else urgently needs to be done though. I think if I do nay, I'm kind of right at the edge of what the guys are able to do because the commanders can't really move any farther away from nay, and nay is
Right.
already at the limit of his tether.
Right.
So clearly, I can't advance very much more before I have to break down into divisions.
Right. Right. Did you want to maybe push the Grand Battery either like a little forward and to the west, kind of in echelon there, just to kind of keep them moving in, and then to make room for other stuff? Or
well, we could do that, especially as more units keep moving up. I mean, I didn't really have any great enthusiasm for getting in the range of his guns, which are prodigious in number. What I was really aiming for was to be 5 away from that embankment.
oh, from the from that thing.
Yeah,
1, 2,
because
3,
to
4,
suppress
5,
it,
right.
it's really helpful if I'm at, 2 to 1 or more, or a lot to 1, I
Right.
guess is what I'm saying. So don't mind moving it 1 to the northwest. That's not a problem at all. We could do that
Okay.
and just make a
Yeah,
little
just
bit
kind of
more
keep
room
it
for units to
moving.
move around.
Yeah, just kind of keep it moving, because then the next idea would be that we would use that to pound all those units that are then north of
Exactly.
that.
So they can't keep just
Yeah,
feeding people in. Yeah.
And we could then kind of cut them off and push then into that part, and we could then flank them and whatnot over there, and everything's a bit of a mess for him anyway. So you've got enough cavalry there. Should have somebody who could back you up.
Oh my gosh, I've got I mean a whole corps and another yeah a lot of cavalry over there. I won't win all the fights, but they're not getting anywhere near my guns.
Yeah. So that's the general idea. Okay, cool. So that's 2 for you. And so then back to you, David. What is it that you would like to try to do?
Well, I'd like to try and bring this heavy artillery forward. Now, I can't pick. Okay, I got officers on 2 of them.
Okay.
And then the other 2 are alone.
Okay.
But I can't. Now, can the one with the officer move forward and pick up the second and move forward?
Yeah, because then they would be. Yeah, you could do that because you could stack.
Yeah, I can stack 2 of them in a hex because you can stack up to 4 points, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so each one can grab the unit in front of them and they can move forward.
Correct. So you want 2 moves for each of those, or just 1 move for one of them?
1 move for each. So 2 moves total.
Okay. And then what else do you need to do? Is there somebody else that you want to move? Some other cavalry you want to move? probably want to do something to support Marat so he doesn't end up hanging out all on his own out there to get surrounded and sabred to death.
Yep, I can. Let's see what do I have in light there?
Yeah, I don't know where the corps commander is for the 3rd Corps, but you could just activate him, and then all the other units that are within range can be activated in one fell swoop.
Oh, the 3rd Cavalry Corps.
Yeah, 3rd Cavalry Corps.
That's Grouchy, right?
Yeah, should be Grouchy. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's 3rd. He's in range. Okay. There's the Dragoons and another brigade of light cavalry that are in range then. So I can push them forward and support and see what happens to Marat because he has to charge first. But
Right. Okay. So you'll have one more move then for the 3rd Cavalry Corps.
all right, so 2. All right, so we got to move.
So that gives you so that's 3 for you. And then let's see what I got to figure out what to do on my end of the universe here.
And then I'll roll and see what if I get.
Oh my gosh, it's a big mess. Well, he's building a new line.
Do I need a move on Grouchy? Because actually Murat gets a free move.
Right. So, but
does his charge
so he
that? Or?
Yeah. So you get a free move for Marat's and the unit he's stacked with that are charging. And then in addition to that,
charging, they don't need a move.
Yeah, I know, but this is the thing. So yeah, so technically it's not really a moo. So yeah, we could just dispense with the idea that it's a moo. So you've got 2 for those artillery commanders, and then 1 for the 3rd Corps. And then do you need anything else, or is everything else more or less happy where it is at the moment?
The rest is happy for the moment. I think.
Okay. Okay, so there's your 3. All right, and then Michael, you've got 2. Anything else that you might need?
Boy, inner peace.
It's overrated. It's overrated.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
that's a
I hate
shame.
to tell you that.
Would have really thought that would have come in handy at some point here.
Yeah. All right. I will take one then for the 5th Division, which is Compan's division. And then I can take one for the 16th Division and the 18th Division. That's the Poles. And then I can take one for the 2nd Division. So that gets me 4, 6. We got 9. Okay. So we've got our stuff sorted out. So then it's just a matter of rolling for who's got independent light cavalry. So go ahead and mark your moves, guys.
I am rolling for my lights.
Kind of interesting when you see them put a moo on a lone cavalry unit. It's kind of funny because you almost know that they're not charging with it, or they wouldn't be putting a moo on it.
Yeah, and
I mean,
like it's just to.
I mean, they're in a very strange pinned location there anyway. Oh, I see. They may have done that because of doing independent cavalry die rolls. It may not have been actually because they were really spending a move.
All right, I got 2.
All right, I've got 2 so far as well.
So, what are you gonna do, Eric,
Yep.
with your exhausted cavalry who've made such a hash of his defenses there?
So I really can't do much. I anticipate that they will sit there and he will either countercharge them, in which case they will get thrown back, out of wherever they're at right now.
Okay.
Or, I mean, a lot of them have only got like 1 increment left, kind of a thing. So some of them will just cease to exist here shortly.
I'm thinking specifically of the 9th Cuirassier, who are right there in front of me.
Yeah,
And who
well,
look like they're completely full strength.
they are. They're part of what, the first
First
cavalry,
Cavalry
first.
Corps, yeah.
So I'd even have to find where the hell their leader is at this point. I have no idea where anybody is.
He's right there. Saint-Henri is just 4
Henry?
hexes away from me. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. You're right. So, well, he's the corps leader, but he's not necessarily the divisional leader. So he's the 5th division is there. So I'd have to find out where the leader of the first is, because it's a big mess.
Okay.
So needless
All
to
right,
say,
so in other words, the most he could do is kedge backwards to get out of my way.
yeah, and
But
I don't know.
He
I
wouldn't
mean,
be moving during the movement.
yeah, he cannot move during the movement because there's no
Yeah,
leader and
okay.
there's nobody nearby. So he will either stay there, he will rest the entire
right.
turn, or he'll be, and then in which case I will just charge him next turn, or
Well,
he will
the good
get
news is
shot
nobody can
away.
charge him. I mean, he's not in a very good place for the defenders to charge him.
Yeah, no, they don't
So-
have anything that's really there. They've got they've got some cuirassiers over here, but that's about it. So
Yeah, but they can't go charging through villages, for example. So, I mean, the path they would have to take would be pretty tortured.
no, they can, because remember, this village got flattened to make the earthworks. So
okay.
this little village is not a full-blown village. This little village
see.
is, there was something in the notes here that it's just kind of cultivated is what it should be considered.
And that is in fact what it says. Treat the village of Semenovskoe as cultivated. Yep.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Good.
So, okay. Yep, so that's what's up.
Perfect.
All right, so I've got 1, 2, and Kaminsky. Doot. Yeah, I don't know how it is that I always get my artillery resupply rolls show up when I'm rolling for my cavalry independence rolls.
I laugh.
Well, it's funny because I was talking to David McGirney. He's been playing the Ryzen game with a fella out in Boston as part of the tournament, and so he made some sort of comment like, I'm kind of a little curious about the die roll thing on the vassal thing, and I'm like, yeah, everyone seems to have
join the
some sort
club.
yeah. So I don't know exactly how it works or what, but there had been all kinds of different speculation on how it's programmed or how it should be programmed, but it all seems to work out in the wash.
You know what? One time I sat and clicked, I don't know, I think it was 758 times.
Right.
Because I just copied it into Excel and just started doing analysis.
Right.
And what I found is that, all the numbers appeared quite close to 1/6 of the time.
Right.
And then I started looking for pairs. How often did pairs happen? Did they happen as often as you'd expect?
Right.
Yeah, that wasn't anything unusual. Triplets were actually, as I recall, more common than you'd expect. Which, of course, that's one of those things that really twigs a human's attention, because you think, oh, that can't be random if I got one 3 times in a row.
Right.
Of course it is. It could be, right? So the test is, how often are you expecting them to happen?
Right.
Anyway, it was funny. What I really ended up at the end of it reasonably comfortable that it's giving you a reasonably fair roll. I mean, the differences were kind of all out there at the margin. They weren't, there wasn't anything completely absurd about it. And, unless the machine is like that Volkswagen emission system that's able to tell if it's being tested
Right.
and then change the behavior of the car, unless it could tell that I was messing with it because I was clicking the die roller 758 times or whatever it was, I guess I'm going to believe that it is. It appears to give reasonable results. I'm going to have to go drag that analysis out. I'm sure I've got
That's
it here.
kind of cool. Yeah, I had done something similar, not quite as extensive, but just like, oh, well, let's just see here and just kind of go click, 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 and just kind of go through a bunch of stuff and see if we got what looked like an odd, like a barbell shape, curve instead of a bell-shaped
Flat,
curve or
sort of
flat.
curve,
I mean, it
yeah.
should. I mean, in theory, with this system, it should be a 3% chance that any of the numbers are going to come up any given time. So,
Oh, sure,
yeah,
absolutely.
it's
Yeah, here we
only
go. Vassal die roller analysis. I did it 3 years ago. 2 years.
All right,
Yeah.
that is a sign of someone who's truly committed.
Yeah, or should be committed at least.
Well, that's quite likely. So,
Yeah.
all right. Apparently, our threat of having Albert relay his fishing trip drove one of our viewers away. So we lost 50% of our viewership right there.
Oh, well.
All right,
it serves
let's go
us
back up
right.
to the lobby. It looks like everybody else is up there now. So here we go.
We all have really ferocious drives.
All right, everybody. So, well, we've
Yeah.
been rolling
Wow.
vigorously for our light cavalry. Have you guys got all your stuff done too?
I
How
think
many
so.
did we? See, what time are we at?
We're at noon.
12.
It's high noon. It's high noon
High
at
noon?
Borodino. Yep.
9 noon, okay.
All right, I do have a little bit more on that analysis. The average die roll was 3.51, which is pretty much what you'd expect, right? 3.5. The least likely number to come up was 3. The most likely number to come up was 1. But the average was obviously very, very close. I counted doubles, and there were 116 doubles, but you'd expect 126 given the size of the data set. So there are actually fewer, 3 and then a 3 than
Right.
you'd expect. You would expect 21 triples, but I only got 14 triples.
Hello?
And you'd expect 3.5 quads, where you'd actually roll the same number 4 times in a row. And it actually never happened in the data set, which was 758
Interesting.
entries. So this is what happens when you get somebody who spent too much time in Microsoft Excel and has been too frustrated with the Vassal die roller.
Well, there you have it.
So,
All right. So where are you
Suitable
guys
for
at?
framing.
So, Michael, I presume you didn't have any light cavalry to roll for.
I did not. No, I did not.
Is Pajol now back in command, or is he still?
He is.
Okay.
No, he is. Yeah, with his tail between his legs, mind you.
Well, I would hope so. It's very embarrassing what happened with him there. So, all right. And then, David, did you say you got a couple out on your end of the universe?
Yes, I got 2.
Okay. And I had 2 also. I think I had 2. Yeah, let me just double check. No, actually, I had yeah. I had one with one of the Poles and Borsdell. Yeah, so I had 2. So that gives us 4. So on top of our 9, that gives us 13 chits in the cup. So
Onward.
yep.
What about the bad guys?
You mean the Russians?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I don't know. The Russians are awfully quiet right now.
Indeed.
I think we've got at least 8 because we had our 5 when I know of at least 3 that made it. I don't know if John had more or not, but I know he had 2 and I had 1.
Yep.
Okay, so we're at 8 total.
Totally. Ah. Huh.
All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we got everybody's chits in the cup now. Okay. And we've got leaders who have been out wounded, so it's hard to say who's where. Somebody's out 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. It didn't get marked as cleanly as we would have liked to have seen here.
What do you mean?
Well, when we put people on the passage of time marker,
Yeah.
so yeah, so nobody's coming back. None of the wounded leaders are coming back this turn, but somebody's coming back. It looks like at the 12:20 turn, and then 2 other people are coming back at the 12:40 turn. So we'll figure it out from
How
there.
would you know that based upon how they're on there?
That's exactly the problem. Somehow it got kind of mixed around a little bit. So
I could guess that the French one, it comes back at the 2040.
yes, yeah, the French leader comes back at 12:40. So that means one of the Russians comes back at 12:20, and the other Russian comes back at 12:40. So.
Okay. Are we just pointing them in different directions to indicate that?
No, that's the direction they were facing when they got blown off the board.
Is that what the number's supposed to be?
The numbers underneath them, the little 4 or the 2
Oh,
marker.
and that's the problem because they got out of order. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, somehow
All right.
they got jiggled up. Okay,
Okay.
well, we go back up to the cup, and let's see, Albert. You've been on holiday, and you've been so super lucky with stuff, so let's see if you're equally lucky and you're able to pull whatever magical chit you want from the cup right now.
Drum roll, please.
Drum roll, please. Is Albert there?
We don't know.
Calling all Alberts.
He might be trying to duck it. He figured he's probably used up all of his luck.
I hope he
Just too-
has.
We're just too boring compared to his trip.
I guess so.
Well,
I guess maybe he's
you
fallen
know.
asleep, or maybe
He's
he
got
went
so
off to get
happy.
another adult beverage.
He got so happy with those rifled muskets that he just doesn't want to hang around here anymore. Any or all.
There's got to
I
be
mean,
some Jaegers here that have got rifled muskets, right? I think.
I mean, any or all.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, somebody else needs to pull from the cup then. If Albert is AWOL.
Oh, Paul.
All right, here we go.
Oh, and there you have it. It's the Russians.
Albert could have had all that glory.
And more.
And more.
And
indeed.
more.
Indeed. So, well, as it is, he's got to try to figure things out. So, since
He
it's your...
just sent me a message. Is everybody disconnected?
Oh, no.
No, but you are.
Him.
As always,
Yeah,
Albert,
I mean,
you're the
I
special
see
one.
him in the... I see him in Discord, right? And it looks like he's still in the in Vassal.
He just doesn't know it.
In a new dimension.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Did he send you a note via Discord or via cell phone?
Cell phone.
Okay.
You have so many channels by which to communicate now.
And most of the time we
Signal
fail.
Well, given all the other problems, it's still better than sending a courier on horseback. These turns would
Maybe
take
so.
a lot longer to do if David had to send a courier on horseback from North Carolina. And
South
I have to
Carolina.
send one. Oh, are you
South
South
Carolina.
Carolina? Oh, same difference.
With a die roll on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I
Yeah.
had to send one from Southern California.
Right.
And they both have to meet up in Dallas.
And you'd have to trust that we were all present at the table when we opened the message.
You remember the days of play by mail?
Oh yeah. I tried doing a what was it? I think it was a game of diplomacy by mail.
Ooh.
It was very interesting. It your little story that you were telling us, Michael, of that game where you have a referee who's
Yeah.
doing stuff, and so here you'd have, I don't know if it was a week and a half or 2 weeks to like communicate with the other people, and then you would mail in your orders, and then the guy would mail out what happened, and then you would write a letter to whoever. It was needless to say, it did very much give you the feel that you were doing stuff old school. Albert, are you there?
Very stately sort of pace.
I can
What
see.
happened? You know,
Who knows?
it's a Discord problem, right?
It's entirely likely. It could be an Albert Count Van Damme problem.
That's my
Needless to
guess.
say,
Yeah.
Albert, you did a great job. You pulled the Russian chit for the Russian side. So
Oh,
yeah. So maybe you should disconnect yourself more frequently. It worked out really well. The ghost in the machine.
I thought everybody was reconnected. Okay.
No, we're all good.
Yep,
Or
we're all here. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. Okay.
So
So
it's the
who's-
Russians. The Russians are up. So the question is, do you guys have charges? And if you have charges, declare your charges. And if you don't have charges, then it's time for us to do our time movement stuff. So,
Oh, I got one charge.
okay,
I have at least 3.
at least
Awesome.
3. Okay, we'll go ahead and mark them.
Okay. Charge.
Holy smokes, that guy's going to be tired a long time before he hits anybody.
All right. Al, who do you want to go first?
Oh, excuse me. You go first.
All right. So I'm going to start with this one way back here.
Yeah.
Now, does he get to turn before he starts moving for free, or do we count that turn as well?
Where are you at? I don't see you.
I am.
Way back, north and east of Semenovskoe.
Oh,
Where are you at?
You see it?
okay, the Pskov Dragoons. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
The pissed off dragoon.
Pissed
Pissed
off.
off
Pissed
dragoons.
off.
Exactly.
Count on it, brother.
They
So
pissed off at you.
yeah, so
yes.
you could turn before you move forward, but you can they're heavy, so they could only turn one hex side, and then they'd have to move forward one hex before they could turn again, kind of a thing.
Okay, that's fine. All right. So I will turn. See if I don't have them faced the right way. Okay. So 1.
So that's
And
1,
then,
2, 3.
Well, I thought the first one was 3.
No, it's not free.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
3. 4, 5,
4, 5.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11,
Mm.
12, 13.
Okay, so stay right
And-
there.
Right. I was just about to say this is
That's
where's
the
right
yeah.
there's the
I kind of figured he would. Well, I couldn't see him coming any sooner than that anyway. So I could attempt to form square at a range of 2. And let's get out the handy dandy charts and see what that looks like.
Still pretty good.
That's probably the smart thing to do, considering otherwise you're going to be hitting me doubled. So let's see here. French, 2 hexes. Doesn't seem to be any other modifiers. So yeah, we'll go ahead and test our luck here. See how lucky we can be. 65.
Not that lucky.
Not lucky at all, Aaron.
That is hilarious.
But you got that great.
Damn unlucky.
Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, so he will be routed. So now we got to figure out what the hell that means.
I think
So
you go back 1, and now he has to roll to see if he's going to charge someone else or come after you.
all right, so I move back 1, and
Right.
then he would make his what's it called, a rally roll or recall roll? Recall.
Recall.
So you 1 through 4. Is there a leader in that hex?
no.
No. So it's just if you roll less than a 4 or less, then they could recall.
Okay. And if I choose not to recall,
Then you
Or is it
would
not?
then we'd have to look in the rules to see what happens. But you don't have a lot of movement points left, so you might knock a couple of increments off of me. But I don't know that there's going to be much left after that, because you've already spent 1,
13.
2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 13 to get there, and your movement is
You've only got 4 left.
4 left. So you count the distance between us, which is 3 hexes. So you wouldn't even eliminate 1 increment at this point.
I would not.
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't look like it, at least based on what we had been doing with this previously. So
Okay.
in the example, failed to form square. It retreats back. Well, in this case, it retreated back 3. If it had been routed as a result, it would have taken 3 pursuit. Okay, that's only because of the distance.
Okay. Well, I don't
Okay.
think he can reach another target, so I'm going to have to try to recall either way.
Yeah,
All right. So here's the roll.
4. So he recalls. So you could put the brakes on, right? And then he would.
Well done. Well done, Paul.
So
well
then he would.
He'd move up under the bubble, I guess, right?
Well, he stops right there, right?
Yeah.
done.
So then you would then put he'd be tired.
Right.
And then I don't know if there's anything else that happens. I mean, he didn't melee without a result. He didn't melee at all. I I know in I know in Premiere, if you never actually hit the unit or hit a unit, but they have a totally different mechanism. So, yeah, just go ahead and move them up and put a tired marker on it, and if there's something else that happens, we'll figure it out. So I've got to move back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I don't have enough movement to move further. So that's where I'm at.
Okay.
That's actually not a bad result, all things considered.
All right. So now let's go to this one.
Where's that?
And this is Duca, so he's right.
Oh, okay.
The charge marker's under the leader. That's why.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Let's see if I can grab that marker. There it is. Okay. So they will go 1. I guess do they have to turn and turn?
They would have to turn and turn again, yeah. So they would turn, so that's 1, 2.
1, 2, then advance
3,
to there, turn back.
4, 5.
That's 5.
5.
And this is their target.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about it, so just come right up.
All right. We will
Blow those suckers away.
do that.
Yeah. That shouldn't present too much of a problem.
If you roll really bad, though, don't do that, Paul.
Thanks, John.
Don't do it. I'm saying don't.
So do we resolve that now or go on with other charges?
So are there any other charges that the Russians are doing?
I have one and Al has one.
I have one.
Okay, so Al, why don't you go ahead and do yours? I don't know where you're at.
I'm over here by Utitsa.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to try and do those the guys, the Cossacks that are in and amongst the battle here. Let me see. How do you do that again? Oh, wait a minute. Right there.
Okay. Whoops.
Okay.
They just
Whoops.
disappeared.
Move those guys away.
Okay.
All right. So I think now with the Cossacks, you have to roll and find out if they.
Yes.
So the Cossacks, these guys are going to have to pass a roll, and they're going to have to. Whoops! What the hell is going on here? I'm not exhausted, so. Okay. A flip. So they are 26. They're pretty good for Cossacks. Okay, here's the roll. That's 63. They're good.
There you go.
They had just the right amount of vodka.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, they're going to have a lot more before the night's over.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, so here we go.
So then who's the target of their charge?
Well,
Is there anybody who's within 2? Is anybody that's within 2 of them the target of the charge?
No.
Okay. All right.
Well, they can't. Well, they're faced the wrong way, so I guess I could turn them
So
around.
you still have to announce who's the target if they're within 2 hexes of you. And of course, you turning around is going to trigger opportunity fire, but that's a different story.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that might not be a bad idea though. If
So
all 3 of those people can fire at them. I think I'm going to go over to the other side.
yeah, the other side.
Although you probably couldn't
other
form
side.
square here. I think I'm going to turn around and declare the 4-7 the target.
So the guy that's right here is the target.
Yeah.
Okay. So you'll turn. Right now you're facing this way, so you'll turn here. That costs 2 points. So then we can do an opportunity shot at you then, and you'll turn 1 more, and then you'll hit that guy. Is that what you're saying?
I would submit that he
that
would
would
really
be- that
only
would-
need to turn the 1, because if he came up into that hex from, say, the southwest in that direction, you'd assume that he has hit that guy if he's entered that hex facing northeast. He doesn't
I
have
think
to be facing the opponent.
I think I only have to do 1 as well.
But isn't this right here? Isn't this his front hex too? Front hex? Corn hex.
Oh
Hex,
yeah, yeah,
Devil.
yeah. If we want to open that can of worms again, yeah.
Yeah, it's an ugly can of worms, but it is a can.
Yeah, I mean, he's not moving anywhere, so he's basically doing a charge that doesn't include
Charging.
any charging, any movement because he's just adjacent, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's chasing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, okay. Um, then I guess so. He's not turning. He's meleeing that through that side
this-
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very nice, Al. Well played.
Yeah. Sometimes
well-
you.
Well, let's just double check because we had been trying to do things more where it's like a torpedo, right? Where we've been turning everybody so that it's coming in through the
Through
front.
face.
And so
That would involve one turn though, at most.
It's still involved two, but if you read the rules specifically, it would involve two. But yes,
Are you suggesting that when you come up there, you still have to do a facing change to face
Yeah.
the target?
Yeah.
I'm not sure
mean,
if I've
that's
seen
the
us
way
do
it-
that.
yeah, we kind of we're a little
Yeah.
loose on that.
All right, fine. Here's the first
Yeah.
time where anybody actually cares.
What does it, again? What difference is it? It's really not gonna. There's no difference it's gonna make right at this point.
well, the only difference would be
But-
that
but
it's going to take
An
some
opportunity.
fire kind of a thing.
Sure. Exactly.
Now, here's the other thing. It's exhausted, Al. So why are you charging me with it anyway?
He's not.
It shouldn't be
he's,
exhausted.
he's
No,
not
I'm not
exhausted. He somehow managed to get an exhausted marker under it. It's not.
No, because those guys did charge me. I just don't know because they
Oh.
attacked in
Okay,
a
alright,
previous turn, and
wait
so
a
that's
minute,
why I'm
wait a
just
minute.
like.
I didn't see that. I thought the dusted market should be on top. I didn't even see that.
That was two
He's-
turns ago, though. That was not last turn. They just sat there.
Yeah.
Well, then that should be gone. So then,
It should be gone. Yeah.
Well, the reason it didn't come off is because it was at the bottom of the stack and nobody saw
yeah,
it.
those things should go on the top. Yeah. All right, so that's gone now. Hello.
Hello.
Okay, so what have we decided? Is he turning once? Is he turning twice? Is he just attacking
Turns
where he
once.
stands?
Turns once because you're being my
Well-
frontal.
You know what? I tell you what. I like turns once, and you know why? Because it's the halfway between the two positions that people have taken at the extremes. It gives you one shot at them, and let's get on with the game.
Okay, sounds like a deal. So we've got
Thank
12. This guy's worth probably 6. No, 8. And this guy's probably
Wow.
worth what? 8. So we got 16. We got 28. 28 to 6. That's going to be 4 to 1. Let's see what we
Or
get.
one
21. That's probably close.
one
Approaching
hit.
hit. That's one hit.
Okay. All right, so increase that to 2. Okay. Take a morale check.
52. All right. So now this guy's the target, so he's got to make a morale check. And I don't know. Are there modifiers? Probably. Let's take a look and see. Roll to stand. So they're lancers, right?
Yep, they have a lancer.
Okay. So that'll be a
Oh.
-6. Yep. So we might as well go ahead. We'll see if we get lucky. Nope. So they are going to route. And now we got to figure out what that means. So
Boy.
Well, they don't need to turn at least.
yes, but they're
So we
routed.
got
They
that
don't
going for
need to
us.
turn. Indeed.
Good.
So they'd kind of, I guess, move
Seems
this
like
way.
it-
right?
You think?
They're already
Into
on
a
The
zone of
idea-
control?
That would be.
I don't
go-
think
I
so.
think they.
I
I
think
don't
you
think
gotta
so. They
run
go
over one of
over.
the two stacks to the east and
Yeah.
southeast.
You wouldn't
Okay.
go through a zone of control.
All right, so we've got to go a different direction. So let's go. So before we do that, what
What
do
about
we do?
pursuit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
bup, bup.
Retreat the infantry unit 1 hex. Now count the distance in hexes between the charging unit and the infantry unit. Track this number from the current movement potential. Bonus track.
What has happened to your voice, sir?
Oh, sorry.
Again,
I
we
was
went
moving
down in a
away.
well.
So they retreat 1 hex.
Yeah, 1 hex.
Okay, and then what?
Now count the distance in hexes between the charging unit and the infantry unit. Subtract this number from the current movement potential plus the charge bonus of the charging unit. If the result is a positive number, divide this number by 3 if the infantry unit is in disorder, or 2 if it's in PGD. The resulting number is the number of casualties incurred by the infantry.
Well, that would be 9.
Right, it's
I
only
think
got
you're
3
done.
increments left. But now my
I
question
think
is,
he's elim-
would you
You got
pursue?
increment movement points. I'm sorry, not increment movement points.
Right. So the question
That's
is,
yeah.
if I were to retreat through my lines where you couldn't follow me, then does that still happen?
Well, that the formula works. Like doesn't mention that.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
curious about, because this, I think, an issue we had at Jena as well.
Yeah, I think this is yet another kind of mechanism that's new to the fifth that is not working well, in my opinion.
Well, and really, I mean, I hate to be the guy who constantly points out what Barr does, but Barr's mechanism actually involves actual pursuit. You're retreating, he's advancing, and every time that you're retreating and advancing, he's chewing you up. But as soon as you hit another unit that you can't pass through, well, obviously you have to stop pursuing because now you're in a zone of control.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second, you guys. Paul's charge because there were no pursuit incurred. He would PGD.
Oh, Paul's charge up here.
Yeah,
I thought that was only if you used all your movement points.
I don't know. It's very choppy the way it's written. 16.6.
All right. Well, let me look at that while you guys resolve
Yeah.
this one.
Okay.
Recalled. I thought he recalled up there.
I did
Oh,
recall.
he did. That's right. He did recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he recalled that it was not a pursuit.
So we're back here now.
All right, so we'll go through this unit here, I guess, because I can't go any other ways from what you're saying, even though it says in the usual retreat stuff, it's going through clear stuff first, going through, going over your own units is further down in the table of unpleasantness, right? So I mean, following the thing, it looks like I could go, this way, right? Because I'm already adjacent to you, so I'm just going here, right? I could just retreat this way. Because moving over my own, and I'm using the most economical terrain, and then going over a friendly unit is like towards the bottom, so it's not the first thing that would happen. And it doesn't say anything about retreating through ZOCs as an issue. So
yeah.
So
and I don't know. Most game systems, the ZOC is more prohibitive than going through your own units. But if he's got it reversed here, so I don't know.
I think no matter how you look at this guy's toast.
Yeah, I mean, he is toast. So that's why it's just a case of, if you're going to pursue him. If you're going to recall.
No, I'm gonna pursue him. I think if he goes that way, kill him completely.
Okay. So then you don't need to roll for recall, and we would
There you
just
go.
eliminate him from the battlefield.
Yeah. And Al would just end up right here, tired. I mean, just
Exhausted.
tired because he didn't melee.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, that's right. He didn't have to.
He'd just
yeah.
be tired.
Yeah, I didn't melee.
And he's bubbled.
Yeah, and bubbled. Yes, bubbled.
I don't think this is as complicated as it is. It's kind of long and wordy, and it's kind of choppy the way he's got it written in here.
Okay, so I've got
Yes.
my last charge then.
Okay, Yep.
I'm guessing so.
move on to you.
Okay.
Where is it, Paul?
It is right up here, just outside Semenovskoe.
Oh, okay.
All right, so if I turn, so that's 2, 3.
All right. Well, I'm not going to let you do that.
Okay. I figured you wouldn't.
And because of the mysterious teleportation system that we have,
Pesky outriders.
I'm in a ditch, you're in a ditch, but I know you're moving. Ergo, I have to make you stop.
You saw the dust and the hats move.
That's probably
Yeah.
what it was. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so how does
So-
this work? I need to roll a morale check on
Yeah,
whichever
you just
one's gonna.
pick whichever cavalry unit you're going to charge him with,
Okay.
and then you would make a morale check, and then you would do a reaction charge.
All right. Well, then why don't we just go ahead and do this guy right here. And I do, yeah. Thank you. That's quite all right.
You haven't
Oh,
done
goodness.
any of these.
In fact, I think I've done none of them. All right, so gonna go ahead and roll.
Okay.
That's easily enough. All right, so I'm moving up towards you, and you're moving towards me.
Right, so I would turn, I guess, and move towards you.
I guess I don't even know how we're doing this anymore.
Yeah. You just
I
come
mean-
together.
I mean,
Right
I'll
here.
do that. And you turn up, and we hit there. I guess I don't know what else. I mean, either that, or you could turn and then I move and hit you. What do you like?
There's violence either way. Okay, that's fine. I tell you what, I'll move this group up to there.
All right.
So
Okay.
then this is going to be a French countercharge, so it'll be a French melee.
Oh, that's right.
So
All right, so which one do you want to resolve first? That one or the?
Paul,
So-
you could retreat before you could retreat.
nope, he
You sure
can't.
you can't?
Nope.
You can't.
Nope.
He can't if
Oh, you
because
can't, huh?
no,
Oh.
because he initiated the charge, so you can't
Oh.
do that. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah.
The old bait and switch.
it's
Fine.
it's what we call in France eating your cake and eating your bread as well, eating your pain au chocolat.
So which one do we do? That one first or the other one?
You
Resolve.
can pick whichever order you want to because it's your
doesn't-
thing. So you could resolve that one. You could go to the other end of the battlefield. Doesn't matter.
All right, let's resolve this one. Let's get it over with.
All right.
I know what I've got here. Let's see.
So, Michael, you're going to
Always
be
a good
doubled. So you're going to have whatever. You're going to have 64. And he's
I'm gonna
lost. He's probably lost what 15. So he's probably down to.
You're probably like
30.
39, Paul. 39, I think.
Yeah,
No,
I've got 13 out of 18 remaining.
Yeah, there's 3 per, so it's 13. It's 39.
Okay.
64 to 39 is what, 1.5.
Let me 1.5.
Yep.
Or 1.5.
1.6.
What does your leader offer?
Oh, yeah. How about that? Hang on a second. Where is he? Ah, there he is. He's working.
All right.
So you have a 1 advantage.
Right. So it's 1.5 to 1 plus 1, looks like.
Correct.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what happens.
64 becomes a 65, so that is a DD. Plus, it's
Oh,
a
wow.
leader wounded or possibly dead on the Russian side.
You go on the original roll or the modified roll?
No, on the original roll, a 64, 65, or 66 on the melee table is a wounded leader.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah,
All right. So I'll roll for him now.
he's dead.
Yeah.
He got sabered through the chest.
Oh, well. All right. So
then you'll take
All
you'll take another hit, and then you're going to rout away.
okay. And I'll move the leader off. Let's see. He's got a route quite a long way here. Let's see. So 15. Yikes. Let's see. The first is up and down these slopes.
So I mean, he would go through the most economical terrain. So that's going to be along this way, and then up past the redoubt towards, because I don't see any other gaps in your line, Paul.
Yeah.
So he's going to go through. So there's, I mean.
So okay, hang on a second. Let's get the stack together. All right. So whatever downslope is, a couple.
Yeah, it's 3.
That's 3.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Is that correct? That's it.
Yep, that looks about right.
I guess technically he's still bubbled.
Yeah.
All right. And then the French cavalry, do they advance into that hex?
All right.
And they are tired?
Yep, they're tired and they're under the bubble as well.
Their own bubble. And someone want to take off? Yeah, you got the lead.
Yeah, I'll take him. I'll find a spot for him. Oh, we're putting them there with all the other lost units and whatnot, right? Yeah. All right.
I knew I had all those guys down there for a reason.
All right, so now Duca. What's left of him?
Well, it's what's left of him against what's left of my guys.
Right.
It's pretty much the hardly anything. Well, actually, Duca's got something's left there.
Yeah, that's pretty good size.
Let's see. I'm going to do. My leaders are going to retreat before combat. Because there's no point in them being there. How many leaders do I have? Oh, I just have one. So Lorge is going to come back. Will
Gonna help the morale of the fellas there.
Oh, who gives a flying
What
hoot
happens
about
to
that?
What happens to that stack then?
I don't know. You tell me, John. What happens to
I
that
have no clue.
I don't know either. Oh.
Another one of those anomalies, isn't it?
No, I mean, there's something here about them. Somewhere here, retreat before combat. Because we had this happen somewhere.
But I don't think they were anybody though. That was the thing.
No, but we had. I mean, I think I think Tom did something at Dresden, where Peugeot like retreated before combat or something. Wasn't there something that he did there? Does that sound familiar, David?
Finished.
Yes, finish him.
There's a morale check, I believe, with it. Let's see.
Oh no, it's right here. It is. It says if the stack was assaulting, charging, or the target of an assault or charge, this unit does not. Oh, that's a casualty. Sorry, I was looking at casualties. Not retreat before combat.
Okay. Let's just figure it out and we'll see. I don't know that it makes a whole hill of beans difference.
Yeah.
So what are your values, Albert?
Fine, 32. 32 for melee and
Okay.
2 for the cavalry leader.
All right. So I got 4.5 plus, what's this other guy worth? And that's going to be, that's going to be 2. It's going to be 9. And that's going to be halved, right?
Halved or thirded?
What is it for? It's thirded. So, hey, it's a whole whopping 4 points.
Wheat.
So 32 to 4.
That's kind of hard for us to figure that out. Sounds surprisingly like a 5-to-1 result.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll your dice. You get a plus something for Duca too.
Yep. Let's roll.
61. And Duca probably adds in at least 1.
Yeah, it's 2.
2. Yeah, so that makes it 63. So defender surrender. So that's kind of what I figured might happen, which is why I got Lorge out of there. Because I kind of figured it was going to go south.
Okay, leaders that retreat before combat. If a leader retreats before combat and units remain in the hex that do not or are not able to retreat before combat, then all units in the hex will modify their pre-melee morale check as if the leader had received a mortal wound.
Wow, so that doesn't really...
Cavalry, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter for cavalry.
So
Yeah, one of those just bizarre ideas that cavalry are somehow immune to all this.
Well,
all right.
All right. There's not...
And how many units were in that hex?
There were 2.
2.
Well, I mean, there
Barely.
were 3 increments.
Right.
If
Or
we
2
wanna-
shadows of units.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it also says that he may not retreat if it would cause a stacking violation.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yep,
Uh-oh.
he couldn't go, so he's captured. And he's being tortured right now, I'm sure, by the Russians. That's just the sort of thing that they would do.
Strip him naked. And then pin his metal to him.
I think the icon demands a human sacrifice.
Where's the obsidian knife?
Oh, that is hilarious. Okay, yes, the obsidian knife. Oh, it's part icon of Smolensk, part Aztec. This
Yeah,
is the
exactly.
basis of the next Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Yeah.
And then we're
I think
all
that's it
fighting
for
to
this
see who Johnny Depp shows up for, and how he somehow tips the scales for one side or the other there. All right, well, cool stuff. So that's it for your charges.
Yep.
Cool. All righty. So now it's time for time movement. So Albert, am I going to be dealing with you down in the south?
Be dealing with you.
Is Albert still here?
Is he disconnected again?
Albert, can you hear me?
Dave,
Are you
let's go
still-
to like 3.
Are you still at Stones River, Albert?
I don't see anything happening. I don't see anything lighting up on his thing there.
Mm-mm.
Oh, he's saying, "Can you hear me?" So he must hear us. We say, "Nope."
Okay. That'd be a negatory.
He's back.
I mean, he's still in vassal, so he's typing a note saying, "Can you hear me?" And we're saying no.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, yeah.
Tommy, can you hear me?
So something must be. He must be having some issues with Discord. I don't know.
He's just disconnected from Discord.
Well, he just did now, but he had to do that before previously as well. So.
Hey, Dave, we want to go to like the 3?
Sure.
Okay.
Be you there.
They just
Back
pick that
on.
room number at random.
Well, Michael, I've got stuff to move. I don't know if you want to stay here or move.
Hello?
Hey.
No, it's fun.
How are
Hey,
you
hello.
doing, Albert? Okay.
Okay,
so
I'm
Albert,
back. I don't know how sound got disconnected, but it did.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go
We'll go
down to
down.
room 1. Go to room 1, Albert. All right, Albert. Are you still there?
Wait a minute. Let me get back to my map. All right. Okay.
So
Okay.
I presume you've got moves 1 and 2 down in the south. Is that correct?
Yes, I have one. One is the white guys and the gray guys. Okay, I'll do the white guys first.
Okay.
Okay, so I think I'll go. Okay. One. Okay. Now.
So I presume he was in line formation before you moved him in there?
Yeah, so he only moved 1, 2, 3. So he could definitely make that, even
Yeah.
though I didn't precisely move him. Okay. Now then, I got these guys down here. They're both out of command.
Now I don't
The
know that they
gray
are
guy.
because the guy who's stacked here, Harding, he took over for the guy who got killed, right?
Oh.
And so you
Oh,
had the
yeah, I see
division.
what you mean.
So we had marked them as out of command, but actually because he started the turn stacked with, or he started the turn stacked in the command phase, these guys here are not really out of command. I don't know about this guy here, who he's with. Yeah, he's
Which guys?
the guy that was here in the swamp. So he's
Oh.
in. So
Yeah.
basically, I mean, this guy here is out of command just because he's too far away, and this guy's out of command because he was too far away from your leader.
Right.
Anyway, but everybody else who's with the gray, who's with Harding, the gray trousers, they are okay.
I don't know what this 12 is doing there. Okay, now the gray guys. Okay.
Yep.
Oh yeah, see okay. Okay. Um, and this will give you a shot.
Where?
I was going to remove that. I think I'll leave that skirmish guy and the other guy where they are.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll just go like that. Those guys are almost down to command. But... All right, I think that's it.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you have
All
any
right.
others that you were moving?
No. Let's see. I had this guy. No, those are the only ones.
Okay. Do you want to do defensive fire down here while we're at it?
Okay. All right. Okay. Defensive fire. Go.
Okay.
You start.
So we can't shoot your guy here. He's under the bubble. So we will proceed to just shoot everybody else. So I've got these guns here and this guy here. So that's going to be 26 to 6, or actually 26 to 7. So it's going to be 3 to 1 shifted to 4 to 1 for canister. And a 65 is, and 2 hits. They've only got 1 increment left,
Okay.
so they're going to be
He has
toast.
1 to give.
Yep.
Yeah, he has 1 to give, so that.
Yeah. So go ahead and have him shoot back.
Okay.
He'd be halved because he only had 1 increment left, so he'd have basically 4.
4 to that guy in front of him would be
9.
Oh, I had fire on the 5-7, I think, along with the 4-8.
Okay, so go ahead and do that. So you got 4 plus.
Okay. So that's 6.
So it's 10
from
to
the gray
9.
and 10 to 9, 1 to 1. Yeah. Okay.
51.
That's a hit.
Okay, and we will mark that. And I'll make a morale check for them after I fire. So he's going to fire there. So that's going to be he will have 12 to 9, 1 to 1. And that's also a hit on your guy that's there.
Okay.
And then...
All right, so... Okay.
And then I'll make my morale check for this chap here. 32, he's okay. All right. Then we've got some shooting over here. So this guy's got just 9 to... I mean, whatever you are in the 9 to 16, I guess. So...
Yeah.
Nope. And then here I've got 12 to 9, so it's a 1 to 1 shot on those guys, and that's a miss. And then let's see, I can have, well, I'll have these guys here fire there, and these guys here, I guess they can fire there. So it's going to be a 1 to 1 shot there, and probably a 1 to 1 shot there. Although, let me double check, because they're in column. So it's got, okay, so it's an 8.
I don't know, they're a 9, and you're...
Yeah, so
you
it's
may
8 to 9.
Yeah.
So it's a 1 to 1.5. So for this one here, nope.
Yeah.
And for that one there, nope. All right, why don't you do your shooting over in this sector before we forget where we're at?
All right, I will do here and here.
Okay.
On this guy. Whoops, on this guy.
Okay.
Okay. So I've got, I don't know what I've got here. Let's see, flip them over.
So he's got 2 increments. So he's going to have
2 increments.
6. Yeah. And then that guy's just got
6
2 increments.
plus another.
6. It's 12 to 9.
2 increments, so that's 12 to, well, 12 I'm firing into your flank.
But remember, we've got refused flanks. So this guy's in my right
okay.
for the same reason why
all right.
This shot here wasn't into your flank either. Kind of a thing.
All right, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
32,
nothing. Okay, and now this guy.
Okay.
And I'll fire on
Sure.
him. So he's got only
So it's a
three to 6
yep.
plus
Plus whatever.
some
Just
15
roll and we'll
plus
see what you
6.
get. 43 on a 1 to
Okay.
2.
Uh,
And let's see. I've
the die
got
roll.
15 increments left. So that's a plus 6. So that becomes a 53. That's not enough.
Okay. All right. Finally, we have these 2 units right here. Wait a minute. Okay, firing on him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's a 3 plus a
Plus 12. It's going to be
plus a
18 to
12.
6, 12 to 1. I mean 3 to 1.
15 to 6. Yeah.
Well, 2.5 to 1 then, I guess.
1.5 to 1. Okay.
And a
2.5 to 1.
25 is a miss.
It's a miss on the 2.5 to 1.
Yep.
Okay.
Just barely.
All right. Okay. All right.
All right.
Okay.
And then here, this guy will fire there. So I've got, let's see how many increments. I've got 2 increments there. So I got 6 to 9 on that guy, and that's a miss. All right. I don't know.
All right. I got my. Oh no. Okay.
I mean, you got this
let's
guy
see.
here that's disordered, but he can't.
Yeah.
He's not even at 1 to 3 on
All
the
right.
guy that's.
How about my artillery back here?
Your artillery?
They will fire.
Okay.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on this unit right here.
So
Okay.
I've got a
So
defense of 9 to 6. So 1.5 to 1.
10 to 6. All right.
46 plus 2 for Tuktov.
That's a hit.
So that's a 51. So that's a hit. All right. Now we can go.
Okay, get decrease M. Okay. All right. I think the rest is with Paul now.
Okay, we'll go over and see what's going on with Paul right now then. You didn't have any melees, did you? No. Okay.
No.
Okay. Did you want to roll for recoveries or anything like that?
Yeah, I'll roll for.
I mean, all you've got that you can roll for is the guys that are. Well, let's wait until we're done with Paul and we can do it all together that way. There's only these 2 guys that are the Moscow militia are the only ones really that you'd roll for that's over there.
Right.
So
I got to recover artillery ammunition too. Okay, but let's go to Paul.
okay. Hello, gentlemen.
Oh.
All
Hey.
the fun is happening over here.
Lots.
We've got some assaults marked, but we were going to wait for defensive fire because I think you have the units that can do it.
Okay, so where are you at so I can do my shooting? So I've got defensive fire here, right? Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's going to be 9 plus 12. That's going to be 21 to 6. So that's 3 to 1 odds on that hex. 65 at 3 to 1 is 2 hits.
Ouch.
2 hits.
So there's rapidly running out of horses.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Okay, check the morale.
And
They're probably happy.
They're idiots,
Yeah.
but you know.
They're very brave. All right, and then here we'll fire on those guys. So that's going to be 12 to 6, 2 to 1, and that's a hit.
Okay. Okay, so now there are only 2 increments left. Morale check. Yeah, that's gonna be close.
26. Well,
Was
they're
he-
half dead, so
Why was he morale checking though?
because
Haven't we been doing evens?
Oh, ah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean the Russians are doing evens.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah.
My mistake.
We'll take that. I like that roll. We'll use it for the next one.
Yeah, store that for something else.
All right. Do you want to fire back at him here before we forget?
Yeah, so it'd be I guess I'm in columns, so I guess
Right.
I'm 6.
Just 6 to 9.
Okay, rolling. Yeah.
16. Nothing. Okay. And then I've got these guns. They'll fire on you there. So that's going to be 8 to 6. So it's going to be a 1-to-1, shifted 1.5 to 1 for canister.
Yep.
51. That 1.5 to 1 is a hit.
Okay. He's got 4 hits, even though it's not underneath an increase.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All in the wrong order there. Either
That's
that,
right.
the leader has 4 or 5 increment of hits, in which case I think he's dead.
He's got 9 lives. Isn't his name
Wow.
Katsov or something like that?
He should be, yes.
All right. And then I don't see any other
No, I think
defensive
that's all the
fire.
defensive
Yeah,
fire.
yeah.
Everything else is attacks against non-firing units.
Okay. So, what do we do?
Well, let's start with
So you got your assaults.
yeah,
Okay.
they're all. Let's start with this one right here.
Right. So I can elect to retreat before combat.
Okay.
I think.
The artillery?
Yeah, let me just double check. I've got to check and see. Option to retreat
Reasonable.
before combat must be exercised when a unit is defined as the target of assault just prior to melee. Morale check, blah, blah, blah. My question is what, oh, that's for Trilliors. What do they have for normal retreat before combat? All other leaders, artillery, limbered horse artillery with a movement potential at least greater than the unit attempting to assault them, as well as tired cavalry before assaulting infantry, regardless of their respective movement potential. Okay. So, I guess the only thing I could do would be to retreat, but now how does it work? Retreating units
turn
may
around
not
and run.
violate stacking during their move. They must cease their retreat prior to violating stacking. These units may retreat up to half their movement potential without penalty. However, if they retreat more than this, they automatically rout. Their subsequent route movement potential deducts the movement points they have already retreated and then increases the remainder by half. Okay, well, I don't know. It's awfully complicated.
Sounds like just move back 1 and you're done.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, is that how it works? Or do you
I don't know.
advance in? The assaulting the assaulting unit may always advance into the first hex vacated by the retreating unit upon passing its pre-melee morale check and initiate another assault. So I'd have to move back more than 1.
Which you can't. Oh, well, I guess you can because you don't violate stacking by moving 2 to the southeast.
Yeah, I mean, I could move through these.
Yeah.
I can move through these leaders, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
that would be one way of doing it. Yeah, or I could just stay there and fight you.
Really?
You're already down an increment, so
Yeah, I mean, there's only one thing left of me anyway. I don't even know who's attacking me. Oh, some guys that are in line. So
Yeah.
it's yeah, sure. I guess I'll retreat back. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll just go right there. So, all right. That was
Okay, so
exciting.
they move
So does
up.
he have to roll his pre-melee route?
Yeah, so
morale check
he
to
has to
advance?
make his pre-melee route check to advance into that hex.
Okay. All right. So I'll roll. That's good.
Okay, so then you just move into that hex. That's exciting.
Okay.
Okay, that's done.
All right. Let's go to this one against that unit there.
All right, well, they're exhausted, so they can't retreat, right? So cavalry that's exhausted can't retreat. So it's, I don't have to make a pre-melee route check, but you do.
Right.
So
All
you've
right,
got
so
4 to 1. So you're going to have a plus on your roll. I have no idea how good your unit is, but
Grenadiers are
with
pretty
a
good.
plus 4 to 1, you're going to have a plus 6.
they're at
So
12.
yeah,
they-
so
Oh.
they're automatically going to go in. So it's just a matter of determining the numbers. Hey, did the leader who was here get killed?
Which leader?
There was a leader here with this unit.
Oh. I don't know where he is.
Huh. Well, unless I moved him in a previous turn. His name is Turno.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't see him. I will have to see. I was just curious if he got shot, because he'd been stacked with that unit. Okay, well, needless to say, let's see what I've got. I'm gonna have 3. Third it is 1, plus 8. So
Well,
I'm gonna have 9.
Coming into your flank, is that worth something? Or that's just for the.
Well,
just for the
it's
morale?
worth something for you. You're going to be improved by 50%.
Okay.
Double.
Well, your lance value would go down because of your casualties, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Let me take a look here and see what it says for lancers. The lance bonus. So losses and their effects. Losses and their effects on fire strength. Losses and their effects on melee strength. Skirmish factor and lance bonus. The skirmish value of cavalry is not so much a fire volley, blah, blah, blah. The cavalry skirmish fired for every 3 increments lost, the skirmish value of the light cavalry is reduced by 1. Likewise, cavalry reduces its lance bonus by 1 for every 3rd increment lost. So it would just go down by 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I would then have a lance bonus of 3, and that's doubled for being in line.
Only if you have charged, reaction charge, or opportunity charge.
Okay, so let's see. Receive this lance bonus if they have charged. So then it's just going to be 3. So I've got altogether a melee value of 4.
Yeah.
All right. So I've got a basic value of 12. And you said it's increased by 50%?
No, it's doubled for coming in on the flank. So it's going to be 24 to 4. It's going to be 5 to 1 odds.
All right. All right. So here's the roll.
13. Well, it's enough to wipe them out. There's only 1 increment left.
Yeah.
So they're going to be eliminated. So, Michael, you were asking what was going to happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what happened.
And Michael's like, what are you going to do with that cavalry that's up there? It's kind of in the way. I'm like,
Well,
Well, that
there's a
wasn't
good
the one
chance
I
it
was
won't be.
asking about, to be fair.
Yeah, that's kind of the way you put it. Okay, so
Yeah.
All right.
he's gone.
Okay, now we have this one
Right.
against that exhausted cavalry.
Yeah. So that one, there's no. It's just whatever yours is, and what mine is thirded.
I have to roll though. I'm 15.
So I'm going to have 10.
11.
Oh yeah, so you got to roll. So you've got 10. It's a 1-to-1 assault. So
You said 28.
no, he's
Isn't
got to make his morale check to attack
Yes.
me. So he's
Oh,
going to have
right,
a
right,
minus
right.
3. So make your morale check
Right.
with a -3.
Got it. Okay, here's the morale check.
So that's
They're
good.
in.
So they're good. So I've got, if I'm thirded, I've got 10 points.
11. Oh, 10. You're right. It is
Yeah.
10.
10 point something or other. And it's just
So-
keep it simple.
28 to 10.
2.5.
2.5
2.5.
on the old
Alright.
table there.
Okay, here we go. Ooh,
13 at 2.5. Do you have a leader there or anything?
no.
So that's going to be a
Blank
bounce
result.
a blank result. Now, here's what's interesting. Infantry and artillery only. Each side takes 1 loss and checks morale. If both sides pass, right. So now cavalry bounce. So does that mean that we keep duking it out, or does that mean you lose an increment and I lose an increment, and then I have to move back at a third of my thing and then make a morale check?
Where's
That's
Ed
what-
when you-
Yeah, exactly. I mean, because this is one of those rare events where it's infantry versus cavalry, where the infantry are attacking.
Yeah.
So I think that I mean, based on how it would be normally. So what Ed had commented in one of his things to on the Consum server was the idea is that combat is going to get resolved. Somebody's going to move away. You're not going to have just units there all the time. Somebody's going to break. So in this particular case, you lose an increment, I lose an increment, I move back and then make a morale check. That sounds like the reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It's funny because the first sentence of that section doesn't really describe that terribly well.
yeah. So let's
But-
see here.
but
So
that is
1,
That is clearly what it's
3,
asking you to do.
4. All right. All right, and we'll make a morale check for him. 13. He is going to rout, so he's got to find a way to run away. Unit markers. French disorder. French route. So he's used up all of his movement going there. So he's just kind of sitting there routed.
I mean, he's only used 6 to get there.
Well, in theory, he using half of his movement points would have put him right there, right? Because he's exhausted, so he moves at 1/3.
Oh,
Right.
forgot about
So-
that. Okay.
1/3 of 1/3. So let's say,
I
so
see.
that's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
going
yeah.
down there
No.
cost him 3 movement points.
Yeah.
So
no,
then he
that's
could move here. That's going to be 4,
6
5,
or 5. Yeah, 5.
and then some like maybe one more there, and then that's the end of his route move. So,
Well, why would it even be that far?
I don't know. I mean, if
I mean, he's thirded, right? I mean,
yeah,
according to the way you've been doing it, that would actually only be 3. Or maybe 4.
well, he's got to be. I mean, he's not going to end up right next to this guy. He's got
I
to move.
completely
back at least
agree.
one. Yeah. So
All right, so there he
okay,
stays.
we'll just
huh?
put him there. All right.
Okay. I think that's it for this, except for now Russian recovery.
Okay.
Right?
So Albert, go ahead and roll for recovery for your
Eric, you were
Moscow
looking-
militia.
Yeah, Eric, you
Moscow.
were looking for Turno. He is down by Bagration Fletch, right beneath the word Fletch.
Oh, there he is.
There
Okay.
he is.
All right. I must have moved him in a previous turn to get him down there with the few guys that are left alive.
Okay, so we're
Alright.
taking care of PGDs first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess, Michael, you want to watch Maya? I'm up by Nyaskovo. We have this unit right here.
Wow, where?
It's 2 hexes
It's
from the
way
icon.
up there.
Yeah.
There by the-
Okay, got it.
Now, what were we saying about PGD units in the icon? I gotta look at the.
I can't remember. I thought we were saying that they added they eliminated the -6 die roll thing for your being routed.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
Okay. So they would just have a normal morale check. All right, so I'll roll for them.
Yeah,
They're
they're
good.
happy.
You've got one north of him too.
Yeah, let me straighten this up.
Yes, with Schubert.
Oops. Wait a minute, I didn't do that right. Hang on. There's a couple things here. There's a tired marker that needs to go away. And then we need to get him there.
There you go.
There we go. All right, so now we'll go to this one. And what's the range of the icon? 3 or 2?
Like an 81 millimeter
Oh.
mortar. What exactly?
4
is the-
hexes.
4 hexes.
4 hexes. So
The Semenovskoe icon says Russian units PGG that adjacent to the unit.
John, we
You're
can't
doing
hear
it
you.
again.
Oh, I'm sorry. The icon that they automatically recover disorder if they are within 4 hexes of Semenovskoe icon.
Right. We were that's because with the Marie Louise rules, you can have disordered units that are just disordered and having fun. So we figured the adaptation for 5th edition would be just to say that if it's a routed unit, you don't have the minus factor for it.
Yeah.
And then if it's a disordered unit, it just would automatically rally.
Oh, okay.
all right, so let me roll for this other one. And that might be good enough. 13, so yeah. All right, now let's go to this one. This guy's really beat up. All right, let's roll for him. No. Okay, so he's going to keep routing, I believe.
Back to
8.
the icon.
Well, he's going to have to go through the unit that just rallied. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. And then I have to check this guy for morale.
Why wouldn't he go through this gap here?
Why don't you just go around the gap? That seems to
Alright.
be the way we're playing it.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
Let's
why
start
he
over.
wouldn't.
1,
The
2.
priorities are if there is a path that doesn't go through a friendly unit, you should take that path.
Yeah, I'm too used to bar where you take the straightest path regardless. So
That's
Yeah.
right.
No,
That's
here it
right.
says, so retreating units may not move through a hex containing other friendly units if another path exists. So there's a real prohibition against moving through your friendly units if there's another path. So it's
Right.
they're really and to a certain extent, you've got this whole series of guys and formations and everything else. If there's a way around them, yeah, you're going to go around them. You're not going to go through. So,
Hello.
hey,
let's
Albert.
go. I'm going to go to this unit here now. Which,
Okay.
Let's roll first and ask questions later. Oh, wow.
Always good policy.
So he's good.
Did you get the one further north? There's one northeast of the icon.
Yeah, way up at the top.
Yeah, by Michelangelo.
I didn't get
Is
that
it-
one. All right, let's get that one. So he's got a leader and he's got a tired marker. Let's roll 41.
I'm sure he's fine.
Okay. That is, and he loses the tired, I assume.
Yep.
Good. All right. Then I've got the new routed unit over in front of the Great Redoubt, the light cavalry, right there. We'll roll. And let's see. 16, so they're back.
Yeah. So you need to mark them as exhausted.
Yeah, if I didn't do that already. And they're going to lose the bubble anyway, so that's going to
Yeah.
come off. Okay. Got it. All right. That's all of the all the PGDs. Now we got disordereds. We'll go to this one in the center. Roll. Ooh, they're going to keep moving. Yep. So they become PGD, and they have to go 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All together now. There we go.
One square short of the icon.
All right. And we'll go to this one. Ooh. I guess they're good. I think that did it.
All right. So Albert, you've got these. There's at least there's a guy here, and then these 2 Moscow militias. So I guess there's what 3 Moscow militias out there.
Only see the
So there's
top
the guy
one.
here with Markov, and then there's 2 guys down here in the woods.
I'll do the guys at top guy in the woods.
46. That's going to be a 36. Nope, he's still routed. Keep moving him.
And so
I'm gonna take
1. Okay.
this tired marker.
1. How many in the woods? 3. 2. How many of the woods?
Forest
2
costs
or
3. Forest costs 3. Brush costs 2. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. The next guy's down there.
Yep.
80.
63.
They're miraculously recovered.
Very miraculous.
Yeah, they're back. Okay, and then
I think they're deep enough in the trees.
they're deep in the trees. Yes. Then we have the guys with Markov
there too.
Yep.
up there. Markov's guys, the Moscow militia. 42. Probably not enough.
Oh no, that's going to be a 32. I think their base morale is probably 42 or something. So.
Okay. Artillery guy that I wanted to try and get back right there on Utitsa Kurgan. And I'm going to roll 1 for that. 5, so he's back.
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. I think that I have.
All right.
Cluster.
Indeed. Okay. Uh,
Roll for artillery recovery of ammo.
Oh,
Albert did that, so.
did he, all of them or?
Well, he did the one for the guns over by Utitsa that he was looking at.
Okay,
So,
I think this one has to roll. Let me roll for that one. So that wasn't going to do it. And the one next to it right there, let's roll. Nope. And I think all the suppressed ones actually have ammunition.
Of course they do.
Yeah. I think that's it. Over
Well, we
here.
take suppression off.
Yeah, we do
Yes.
that.
For a minute.
Okay.
all right.
That was a long turn.
That
No
was.
kidding. Lots of chaos.
Take that off. Let's see who else. All of our so charge bubbles should come off of everybody. Okay. Exciting, exciting stuff. Well, and the Russians keep fighting back. They don't want to give up.
Yeah, what's
that
their
little
dang
piece.
deal?
I don't know. I don't know what their dang deal is. If you ask me, it seems like they are.
They just keep walking back to the Urals, then eventually we're all going to freeze to death. I don't really see what the
Mhm.
problem is.
Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah, you
all
guys
right.
are dead. You don't know it.
Exactly.
I said you guys are dead. You just don't know it.
Exactly. So why are you fighting us? Because now
That's
we
right.
have a chance to make you dead. I just don't see the point.
All right. Hey, we're not
Wait,
dealing
wait
with
a
the
minute.
grand strategy part of that. If you want to do that, we can play a vassal version of War and Peace.
Yeah,
We do need to deal with one other thing, though. I promised that we were going to do this after your time to movement was over. You've got a regiment that the regiment and one of the battalions is on the table of organization.
Oh yeah, where was that?
It's the 8th Corps. It's the Phanagoria Division of the 2nd Grenadiers. And I don't know where the actual units are. It's the FA. FA Regiment of the 2nd Combined Grenadiers.
You know, and I thought that one of their corps was on a level. Who's that? Because we should have checked that at the beginning of the hour. I think
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
we
the
should've.
6th Corps had a bunch of guys routed, and
Oh, yeah, but I think you got to be on level 2 to make anything matter. Oh, you're right.
yeah, they
with the
are.
people routed.
Yeah,
You're
so,
right.
So the 6th Corps is on level 1. So because they've got a bunch of PGD guys. So they'd have a -3 on their morale check for the rest of this hour.
But I don't think that's what it says, though. The
Yeah,
-3
they're on
comes
level
up.
2. They're on level 2.
Yeah.
So it says down at the bottom, morale check
Right.
modifier is -3.
Right. If you get to level 2.
Right, they're on level 2.
Right. Understood.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm still trying to figure out where the FA battalion is that's out there, and I'm trying to figure out why the battalion and the regiment are both on the org chart.
I don't see. Okay, I see one of the I see one battalion right here.
Okay.
So did the other battalion get eliminated?
Well,
'Cause
I
this
don't.
one's got 4. This one's got 4 hits.
Okay. Well, I don't see him on the morale track.
Right, so he should be.
Oh, hold it. I'm sorry, 8th Corps. I was looking at the wrong corps. No, he's still not on the morale check.
Yeah, so he should. So it could have been that there for a while we were putting them back on the org chart. initially instead of putting them on the morale track. So I suspect that
But he
that's
really
what
is
happened.
dead,
He's really is dead. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
especially given the state of his compatriot
Right.
and the fact that were they the ones in the Bagration Fletches to start with?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
No, the
All right.
yeah.
Well,
Do you
okay.
want to? So take them off and then put them on the org chart. I mean, not on the org chart, but on the morale chart.
Right.
So go ahead and do that then, Michael.
Trying real hard.
Okay.
And so I've only got so many monitors.
You've got more monitors than I do, so that's worth something, I
Wow,
guess.
well, that is something. All right, he is now over there with all of his friends, and boy, we're gonna have to pound that group a whole lot more though, because you need to knock out 14 of them to get to level 2.
Interesting.
Okay. So
All right, so but the thing we need to remember though is that Corps 6 is on a level.
Yes, the Sixth Corps, the Russian Sixth Corps, it has a -3.
Right. Okay.
So any element that's part of the Sixth Corps, and that's mostly the guys that were over there, kind of they're opposite Borodino, the 7th Division, and a bunch of other stuff.
Oh,
They
right.
just got all pasted.
Yeah, the 7th and the 24th both got hammered. Right.
Yeah. Well, the 12th, is it the 12th? Yeah, yeah.
7th and 24th are the only 2 divisions I see in the 6th Corps.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So those guys, the guys with the purple belts.
And the brown trousers.
All right. Good. Let's go back up to the cup and see what we get next, shall we? So the Russians drew, so
I will.
Hooray, it's the leader movement phase. Time to move our leaders. Vive la France. Any leaders we want to move?
I got a couple of those.
Anybody out there?
I'm still
Nope,
here.
Not a soul. Not a soul.
Okay,
just let us know when we can move
What are we
Russian
doing?
leaders.
Yeah, go ahead, move Russian leaders.
All right.
Just let us know where you're at. Magical
Okay.
teleportation.
Move this guy. Back the unit there.
Just thinking about the fact I used the word soul there. If you ever listen to air traffic controllers, when a pilot declares an emergency, the air traffic controller inevitably will ask, and it's almost always this term, how many souls on board? It's never how many people on board.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because you hear it all the time on aviation sorts of channels.
Yeah, I think that was when they did the Hanks thing. He said that souls.
Hanks?
Yeah.
The
The Tom Hanks movie where
Here,
where
he
he's
landed
skipper.
in
What was
Yeah.
his name? Yeah.
Absolutely does.
Scully. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. Just it's kind of this very archaic sounding expression, but it also kind of gives you the sense of the mortal danger everyone's potentially in.
Yeah.
When Naomi worked for this research company, they had the tapes from a black box of an for an airplane that crashed, and it was all about the protocol, the pilot's protocol, because the plane was run out of gas, but the pilot, because he was trained to be so like calm, he couldn't articulate that
We're out
they
of
were running
gas.
out of gas. And the
Wow.
co-pilot kept telling him, co-pilot kept telling him how much gas it was, and he was like, okay. And then like the last part of it, he is like, the guy's like, Lou, we're going down. And the pilot goes, yeah, I know. Just like that. Yeah, I know.
Wow.
And so they changed the protocol so that they were able, because they kept putting them in the circle, and the plane ran out of gas
I remember this story.
to land. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was they did a whole study on this whole thing about like, they had to, they somehow they had to be able to say, hey, we're gonna run out of gas. And they just kept telling him to go around, and he'd be like, okay, be advised, we're going around, and it's just this thing went on for like 10 minutes, and then boom, that was it.
And then there were no souls on board.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, hey, Lou, we're going down. And he goes, yeah, I know.
God. Well, give him credit for staying calm under fire, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I've moved all my leaders. I don't know if anyone else has got leaders to move, but that's it for me.
Yeah, I moved him. All right.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right, same here.
All right. So Russians draw. John, you want to draw?
Sure. Okay. All right.
Well done, sir. Well done.
What did we get this time?
The
Oh, the French. Vive la France. All right. So let's go ahead, and I've got some cavalry charges because why not? Because it's fun.
Yeah, and I have a cavalry charge because I have to.
Oh yeah, you've got Murat's charge.
That's right, Murat has to charge.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that event.
All right, so we want to see Murat's charge first. I have two down by the Fletches. One over here and one down here. Turno managed to find himself a obliging pair of kamikaze Polish Lancers. As Albert knows, they are my favorite kamikaze units.
Yeah.
Yes, Albert's been on the receiving end of a great many Polish Lancers attack.
As long as they don't take jobs with LOT Polish Airways.
Oh. So, all right. So let's see what Marshal Murat does. That is the super exciting one that's going to happen over here.
All right. Well, that's this charge marker right there.
Okay.
And so he's going to 2, 3. Any reaction? I'm in.
Not yet.
Here.
Okay. Hang on. So this guy will try right here. And a 12.
Oh.
Let's see.
They've got Clausewitz there. Come on, Clausewitz.
Come
Should
on,
be worth
man.
something, right?
No, he's busy writing a book. He's no good.
Wait till I get done with this chapter.
Maybe 21. So that's probably not good.
Nope, not with a roll of a 12.
And then so Let's flip this guy over. Hopefully he's got a lot. No, he's one. Look at that. Not even one.
Freaking
Yeah,
academic.
1-1. All right. So that doesn't work. So let's try the old Uhlans then. Right here. Oh, where are they? Right there.
They're the ones with the zinc oxide on their nose.
Yeah, the guard guys.
The lifeguards.
Yeah, so they'll roll. Oh, they're gonna go.
So you just move forward, and
I was gonna have them expand into 2 hexes.
you can only do that when you're charging, not when you're reaction charging.
Oh,
Makes sense. You don't really have time to.
there you go. That's
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Good enough.
Good. Where's my charge label? Oh, oops. What's that? Cancel. I don't want to change label. I want to charge label.
There you go.
All right.
All right, who's next, Dave?
And then the other one I have there. Burp. So he's going to go. 3, 4, 5.
So then again, we're gonna try with our heavies here. And he rolls forward.
Heavies? What heavies?
Yeah, these guys.
Those dragoons that he was, the
he
ones
was
that
trying
failed the first time.
first time. Okay. All right. So where are we?
There's not much left of those poor bastards.
Nah, but I figured at least kind of help support the other one, whatever.
Yeah.
Something happened you're facing there, John.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I like that.
Get out of here. I'll just.
It's Clausewitz. It's his fault.
Oh yeah, he's so good.
Making war into an art.
Yeah, well.
You know, it's what it's all about. It's who gets the publishing rights.
He's gonna die of typhoid in 20-something years anyway. So, the typhoid epidemic. Okay, so there we go. Oh.
Don't forget the hits.
Oh yes, and they just keep coming. All right. There we go. Okay. So I'm charging you. All right. Now what?
All right, I've got my charges down in my part of the universe. So we'll go ahead and get started with that. So I've got this heavy cavalry unit here. I'm declaring this chap here the target of the charge.
Okay.
So I will move forward 1 hex or whatever. I mean, you can't form square. You've only got 2 increments left. So
Right.
the best
I
you
rolled
can
the
do.
stand.
Yep, roll the
Right.
stand with a minus something, right? Heavy
Yeah.
minus
Triangle.
6. Yeah, minus 6.
All right, let's roll.
So they are going to route. So I think if this is how we did it before, you'll put a route marker on them. They could then move to this hex here.
Okay.
And then I would roll to see if I can recall. And I don't have a leader there, so it's just a straight up 1 through 4. I roll a 3, so I recall. So you can keep running, right? Well, or I mean, I guess I don't know that I could chew him up and then like chew up a few increments and then keep going. I don't know.
I think you can if you destroy him. When units are eliminated by pursuit, the charge may continue. If the target is eliminated as a result of pursuit losses, the charge of cavalry unit has movement potential remaining. The charge may continue.
Well, in that case, it's probably worth it because he's only got 2.
Yeah,
It's
he's
only
only
going
got
to
2, so
chew
that's
up
going to
4 of
chew
your.
up 4 movement points. Yeah, so why
Right.
don't you just go ahead and remove him? So that's going to be, I'll have, I've
You'll have
moved
only
forward
spent.
1 hex. Yeah, so I moved 1. So then
And you got
4.
10.
Yeah. So I've spent 5 movement points, I guess, right?
Yes.
Okay. So then at this point, I've got to pick a new target, potentially. So let's go ahead and... What would be a good target to hit? We can charge... We'll declare Lowenstein the target, that hex of artillery. So we'll move right there. So you'll get an opportunity shot as I go by. So you'll have a 1-to-1 shot from these guys here.
May roll for that.
Yep, that's a hit.
Oh, yeah.
All right, and time for me to make a morale check. And let's see what their morale is. It's probably pretty good, 16. Yep, so they're happy. Okay, so we're there. So I've spent 7 movement points to get to that point. So now you've got to make a morale check for these guys, and they'll have a altogether a -3 on the check.
Okay, let's roll first. Okay.
So they pass. Okay, so we move up and we mark that as that. All right, down here I've got my fine friends who are my lancers, and they are going to come up 1, 2, 3, 4. I should probably have them in the correct orientation. 5. When they get here, so Mike, do you need me to clear out this infantry that's here in front of us or not?
As far as I was concerned, I figured the artillery is going to hammer them because I was going to get out of the way to go move somewhere else. But if you want to take them out, then by all means.
Okay. Let's give it a shot. So
sure.
Let's go ahead and target those guys.
Okay. Let's see.
So I'm lancers, so you can either try to form square, or you could try to stand.
Right. I'm going to try to stand.
Okay. So I will move adjacent to you. And then go ahead and make a morale check with a minus...
I rolled a 21.
Oh,
yeah.
So with a -6, it becomes an 11. So they are going to rout.
Ow!
Yep. I knew they had good morale, but not good enough.
Not that good.
Well, with the
Not that-
-6 for lancers, this is why Albert loves my Polish lancers so much.
Now I'm going to go back 1 hex. That's correct. And then you're going to...
And then I'm going to roll to see if I can recall. Now, I do have a leader with me, so that will help. Yeah, so I'm going to recall. So go ahead and complete the rest of your route movement.
Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3. There you go.
All right, so then we'll declare this guy the target of the charge, and you don't see me until I'm right there. So I'm attacking you in the flank. So you can either try to form square at a range of 1 hex, or try to stand.
I have a morale of 12. But if you hit me in the flank, it's going to be...
It's going to be a
Negative
minus...
12.
You'll have a -18 altogether. -12 for getting hit in the flank, and -6 for
Oh.
getting hit by the lancers. Otherwise, you form square with a -6 for the lancers.
All right. Well, I'll try to form square again. Let's see here.
32
You mean-
plus 6 becomes a 42. 42 is going to be disorder for the Russians. So they are going to mark them with that, and then I guess move them back 3.
Well, no, they would go back 1, and now you would have to recall again.
Okay, so move them back 1.
Let's see if I can get them together here. Okay.
Okay, so here I'll try to recall, and we do. So now I'm going to have these guys as the target of my charge. So I spent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to get there. I'll go, whoops, that's you. I'll go 8, 9, and then I'll move into here 10. So same decision.
See what my, well,
So you're going to
Yeah, I
have
mean,
a -18 or try to form square with a.
I'll try -6.
Yep.
All right,
well,
we'll try to form square one more time.
56 becomes a 66, so they're going to be routed.
I forgot high is bad in square.
Yeah, high is bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, your reaction was funny to me because I thought, no.
I hate that. God. All right, it's the inconsistency drives me nuts.
Well, that way nobody has loaded dice that always get you what you want. So, all right, so go ahead and move him back.
Okay. First question though, is that disordered unit move further or not?
Yeah, he should move
Half his
probably.
movement.
Yeah, he would have finished up his movement, so
Which is
it
4.
moved. Yeah, so it cost
Well,
2 to move there, and then 2 to move there, so 4 movement points would get him.
Infantry and cultivated is only 1.
Oh, it is only 1? Okay.
Right there.
So now the same thing would happen again. He moves back 1, and you would.
Yep, so he did move back 1. And now I roll again to see if I can recall, yeah. And I recall. All right, so I'll just keep having fun here. I'm just having a grand time. I'm going to... you just want a wide open path. Is that correct, Michael?
I guess so, yeah.
All right, well, we'll do that. We'll declare this poor bastard the target of our charge. So we've gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This makes 11.
Well, now, before you moved, could I count that as seeing you for square purposes?
Who?
The unit you just designated?
I don't know. You asked me, right? So these guys were here, right? And they just routed. And then I'm moving into the hex that they just occupied. So you guys, tell me what you guys think.
Jeez. It almost seems like you would be adjacent in the time frame of everything is moving.
Yeah, I'm not sure you'd see him 2 away.
Yeah, you wouldn't because that unit would be there.
He's moving into the hex just as the other guys are leaving. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think
so,
he's adjacent.
So go
to you
ahead
already.
and finish moving the guy who's routed.
All right, so let's see. He moved 2 to that hex. Let's see here. 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, the good news is that you don't get the -6 because you got a leader. So
yeah, I mean, it
your
balances. So here we go.
So now I roll square.
So now you can roll the square. It's +6 for your leader, -6 for, or it balances out. So it's just a straight up whatever you roll. That's the fun
11
we
through
have.
36. Well, 11 through 36.
But if I form square, he can ride over the square and get to the artillery.
I
Oh,
could. Wouldn't that be fun? But you get to shoot at me.
mhm. In
All right.
and
And
out.
I'd still have to recall, too, right? So lots
Yeah.
of... It's very exciting.
All right. All right, form square.
Oh, no!
It is not happening tonight.
Oh,
Oh,
so
dang.
they are going to route, and they're going to have to go over the top of somebody
Yeah.
because there's not a lot of other options for you at this point.
Boy. All right. We will go this way, I think. All right, let's do this first. This is insane. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, you would go back one, and then he would see if
Oh.
he recalls.
Yeah,
Well, but I can't. And I can stay on a hex because I have a leader. All right.
Yeah.
yeah. So I roll to see if I can recall, and I do. So I will let you run your merry way.
Okay, if I can leave that unit behind. Ah, this is a mess. Okay.
What a mess.
Yeah,
Damn.
no kidding. Well, let me just move the. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So let me get this mess unsorted here.
And then you need to make
And
a
if you-
morale check for the guy that you just stomped over.
And get the route unit marker back up on top. Oh, wait, okay. Let's check the morale here first. All right,
36
that's good.
becomes a 16. 12. He's
12.
happy. All right. So we recalled. So that means we can pick a new target. So let's go ahead and we'll pick this guy right here.
Yeah. He's
I
in the
don't know.
flank again too, Paul.
What's that?
He's hitting you in the flank again there too.
Yeah.
I know. Well, shoot. All right. Let's roll for square.
33 plus 6 becomes a 43. That's
Disorder.
going to be a disorder. So
All right.
put a disorder mark on him.
God.
And then move him back a hex.
This is like everybody just started running, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, you can visualize it almost. It's like
This is like one of those self-keep special events from Bar.
All right, so let's see if we can recall. And we do.
God.
So go ahead, finish your disorder movement for that guy.
So 2.
No, just one.
So he
Well,
would move
then
at he moves half his movement. So he's going to move 4 movement points, right?
Okay,
Yeah,
but
but then he
cultivate's only one.
Oh, well, I thought we were counting as 2. Okay, never mind.
Well, it isn't.
All right. Okay, we'll go through the skirmisher there. All right.
Oh my God.
All right, so now what?
All right, so now what? What do you think is going to happen? I'm going to declare this guy the target of the charge.
Wow.
So now it's possible, well, I don't know, if he's got a line of sight because I'm down in there. I mean, he can see out through his rear, fortunately, because that's the way 5th edition works. So it's possible, well, let's see, does he have a line of sight along there? Is it right along the hedge, along the hex side?
I would say that is a valid line of sight.
Yeah. We have
All right, John.
full vision here, so yes.
What are my odds? What are my best odds, John?
Jeez.
What?
Oh man.
Stand or
Well-
square?
Well, okay, he's gonna have a +6 on you if you stand, and he's gonna have a +18 on you I mean, if you stand, he's going to have a plus 18, and if you roll for a square, he's only going to have a plus 6.
So you get a
Yeah.
50-50 chance to form square.
Yeah, and if you roll, you have to roll 11, you roll 46 minus 6, which would be
11 to 36.
yeah, 11. So you got to roll 11 through 36.
Where?
To
But what
make a
he's-
square.
But no matter what, he's going to hit you in the flank. So
Well, not if he's a square.
I know
Well-
that, but if he's in line, but if you're like an elite unit, then you won't have any negative modifiers on you.
In morale, in melee?
And morale check, yeah.
Well, okay, but I've been snake bit enough here. That's why I'm asking for other advice.
I know, but I'm just trying to give you the options here because you look at what is this guy? Flip him over.
Oh, he's
He's
good.
a 12.
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean
yeah.
they've all got. So it's basically it's like a 50-50 chance, no matter where,
Yeah.
kind of how you slice
Yeah.
it. 50%, you know. So it's like, do I think I'm going to roll high next time, or do I think I'm going to roll low next time?
Right.
You know, because really, it's
if
at
you
this
stand,
particular.
he's gonna hit
Yeah,
you in the flank.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna double, and so you're just gonna lose anyways.
So I'm going to try the square. Here we go.
You think, Paul,
Boom.
There you
No.
God, Terry.
So there's another. That's
That's
another
another route. Yeah.
See, I'm using up all my good rolls here.
Well, actually, wait. Are we considering it at a range of 2 hexes?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's-
61
it's still a
because
route.
it's still a route. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Alright,
so
so-
moving back 1 hex, and then I will see if I can recall another time.
God.
This is like the most godlike Polish lancers in the world.
No kidding.
They must have painted their face blue or something like that. They've.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see if I can recall them. No,
Red-
I didn't recall them.
Oh,
So at this
bloodlust
point,
is up.
how does it work, guys? Because we've never gotten to this stage.
Well, now you take off whatever. So now.
Do you know your movement points?
Yeah, I do. That's why I kept my guy down here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've spent 11 movement points to get to that particular spot, and I've got 8 movement points left.
2 hexes away.
So if you fail to recall, you pursue, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So now so he should retreat one more hex. There should be 3 hexes between.
No.
Why?
He routed, so he just moved back 1, and then we do the calculation, and then if there's anything left, he'll keep going. So
Well, I'm just
based
okay.
on this, he's 2 hexes away. So if I've got 8 movement points left, 2 less is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3.
Is
So
3.
he'll take 3 losses, and then he'll finish the rest of his melee. And then my
Wow.
question is, where do I end? Do I end there, or do I end in the hex that he was previously occupying? I mean, it looks like I'm supposed to finish in the hex that he's in.
yeah, you move into the hex.
Okay.
And the hex he's in now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we would move up here, not into the hex he's in now, the hex that he occupied when he routed.
Okay.
So, and I was facing this way. Oh my gosh, that was epic. That was one for the history books there.
It was. It was.
So
I'm also completely unclear what it is I'm supposed to do with my move this turn.
You take these heights here, right?
Since every one of the targets are gone.
There's plenty of other things for you to hit, man. Just move in
Like-
here, punch right in there.
It's like they galloped up and said boo, and everybody ran.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So 2. Okay, we said this is 1 for these cultivated.
Yeah.
All right. So I've moved 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go over this guy. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's going to end up over here. That's slow increment. All right, so now this guy takes a morale check.
Yep, with a -12. So he's going to disorder.
And
Jeez, he
retreat.
refused to continue playing.
On the bright side, there's not enough Polish lancers to.
Jeez.
Okay.
Now
All right.
they didn't. Okay, wait a minute. So you didn't get into melee. What's the thing with the rule on that?
So
I guess you did cause losses.
I'm just tired there. It's the
Yeah.
same thing as what happened with Albert's Cossack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, before we lose too much, let's go ahead and finish up this one here. So you've got your guns can fire on my horses.
Yeah. This is.
So you will have, I don't know what, a whole boatload of stuff.
35. I have 35, 3 for Lowen's. No, 4 for
So you're going to have,
Lowenstein.
it'll be 5-to-1 shifted to 6-to-1. Is that correct?
I think so.
Okay, with a plus something for your leader. So just go ahead and roll, see what you get.
There we go.
55. That's going to be at least a couple of hits there. At, was it 6-to-1? Yeah, and he adds in enough. So it's going to be 3 hits. Boom, boom, boom. There's not much left of those boys.
So that will be a -9 to your roll, isn't it? Right? Is that how this works?
Well, he doesn't have to roll
I
it
don't
close.
make a pre-melee.
cavalry.
I just rolled to see if I,
that's
taking
fine.
any loss. So I roll a
Yeah, nice.
55, so I'm good. All right, so now we just do our numbers. We do our calculations. So I've got 5 increments left at 4 apiece, so I've got 20.
I have 9.
Yep, and I did, let's see, I went 1, 2. So I did not go 3 straight. So I'm not doubled, so it's just a straight up 20 to 9, 2-to-1. I don't have a leader there, so we just see what we get. 23 at 2-to-1. It's probably going to be a bounce for me. Yep, it is. So you lose an increment, I lose an increment, and I got to move back and make a morale check. So this guy will go back 1, 2, 3. He'll go over the top of those boys. And let's make a morale check. 53, he's happy. And he is exhausted. And he is under the bubble. And Lowenstein's under the bubble too. All right, well that was very exciting. Let's see what's going on with Marshal Murat's combat.
All right.
I'm switching it somewhere else.
Now it's John's turn, because John's the attacker in both of these cases.
All right, yeah. All right, so see what we got left here in these guys. All right, 24.
They're going to be 6 less, so they'll have 18.
Yep, plus 10. So 28.
28, and then whatever David's got there with those chasseurs. And they've got 19. So it looks like it's a
It's a 1-to-1.
yeah, 1-to-1, and then you'll have a minus whatever for Murat.
Yeah. Should be a lot, right?
It's
minus 12. Only a minus 12. So 1-to-1 with a minus 12.
Holy crap! I've
One
never
to two.
seen such a number.
So they are going to rout. They'll lose an increment, and then they will run away terribly fast. Yeah, Murat he's got the cavalry bonus that's equivalent to Napoleon's artillery bonus.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, crazy.
Indeed.
Oh, there we go. All right. Try to get this all. So they're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Oh, their movement's only 14.
Oh, they're only 14. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So they would be that.
Yeah.
I thought they were. Oh, that's right. They're not fast.
All right, so Murat's cavalry stays where it's at. It would be marked as exhausted and under the bubble. And then you've got this one over here, heavies versus light. It's probably going to be a 5-to-1.
Oh yeah, he's only got 2 left. Yeah,
Right.
it's gonna be fast. Yeah, let's just roll the die. See what we get.
21.
But I got a leader, and he is.
So yeah, because your guys are usually, it looks like, well, they're 3.5 per increment. So you've got 6 increments left. So that's 21. So it's actually not 5-to-1. It's 21 to 6. So it's actually 3.5-to-1.
I double because I'm
so-
heavy against light.
Oh yeah. You're right. So you'd have 42. Yeah. So yeah, it's going to be 5-to-1.
And then that's leader, and
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's they're his guys at 5-to-1. They're just going to rout.
oh yeah, right, yeah, because it's I see,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do I lose anything or?
Yeah, you lose 1 increment, and then you're going to rout away.
And they are 14. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay.
So, Michael,
Sir?
yeah, you better take that readout.
Well, I assume I was going to. I do have a question, though. I want
Yeah.
to make sure I'm clear about this because I know that there was a sense I got from reading the rules that the out of command is slightly different than I'm used to from bar.
Okay.
So, if a division commander
Yes.
is not within reach of his corps leader, but his units are within reach of him, they're all in command, right?
Yes. Yeah. So they are. So the
Okay.
units are in command if they're within a span of 3 from their divisional leader,
Right. So the
or
only
communicating battalions.
right. So the only implication of not being in communication with your own corps leader is you can't be part of a MOO if the corps leader is the MOO.
Correct.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's why, for
Okay.
example, both Desai and Copans are beyond. In fact, all of Ney's divisional leaders are out
Not
of.
Nays.
I'm sorry, Marats are out of range of their respective
Right.
guys,
Right.
and so
Okay.
as a result, they've only activated by division at this point.
Okay. All
Yeah.
good. Just wanted to make sure because, in bar, everything proceeds from the top.
Right.
Here, it really, to a great degree, in terms of out of command, it's proceeding from the bottom.
Right.
Okay. That's cool.
Okay. Any other
All right.
questions? Then I guess we're ready to
That
kind of go to our respective rooms.
I suppose so.
So, Albert, why don't you and I go down if you're still awake and still with us? We can go down to
I'm
room
here,
1.
but
Back to 3, John.
Sure.
Okay. All right, Mr. Albert.
I don't think I've seen a collapse like that in a long time.
It was certainly one for the record books there, if we want to look at it that way. So, not one to be repeated anytime soon. That was just super lucky for me and super unlucky for poor Paul there. So, all right, let's get started with the 2nd Division over here in the Utitsa Forest. We'll go ahead and move some stuff forward here. So I'll move this artillery forward. That's 2.
Oh,
I'm going to go.
hold on. I don't even see that artillery. Where?
He was here, and he just moved forward 5, 10 to get
Oh,
there.
okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
I'm just kind of moving guys up from the rear first. Let's see here. We've got people we can move through. So this guy's going to go here. That's 1. He's going to go here into the swamp. And let me rotate him a little bit here. Yep. So that's 3. And can we get anywhere else? Yeah, 4, 5, and we have to stop there. All right. We'll go ahead and have these guys come up and these guys come up. This guy is just going to rotate this way. We're going to head and do an assault over here, like that.
When he rotates, do I get to fire at him?
Nope, it doesn't cost any movement points to change orientation, only to change formation. So,
Okay.
nothing there. This guy will come up. And let's see, these guys will come up here. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I've got more guys. So these guys will also assault. There. Okay. And then this guy can move in here. Okay. And we can then move this guy up there. I think he's got still 4. Oh, he's got 3 increments. So he can be in 1 hex. And we'll just move him over here for the heck of it. Okay. So that is our fun with that move. Meanwhile, down here with moon number, with the 16th. Let's go ahead and we'll have these chaps come in. And these guys can go here, and then there they'll change because they're with the guy they stack with. And that will put them right there. The guns will inch forward. And let's see. This guy will move up here. And we'll just change our orientation slightly. So you could try to countercharge him or opportunity charge him with your Cossack if you want to.
Let me see something. That'd be a 1-to-1 or less. So I wouldn't get any doubling or anything like that. So,
No.
well, they are Lancers. They're Lancers, though. I might try it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try it. Here's my roll.
22. So
22.
they are going to charge. So we just go ahead and put a charge marker on in between those two units to indicate that there will be a charge combat there.
Okay, I'll get that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So then these guys here, let's see, we'll have these guns go 1, 2, 3, and they are going to unlimber, and they'll be facing that way. And let's see, who else? And these guns. This leader, whoops. This leader and those guns will move there. These guns here, with this square, will move up 1, 2, 3. They'll unlimber there. Oh, I can't do that because, well, we'll just put ourselves in square. What the heck? These guys will move up there. These guys will move here. And they will be in square. And who else do we have? Oh, we've got even more guns, don't we? This guy will form into line. And this guy will come up here. And who else is part of the 18th? He's part of the 18th. He'll come up and be in square there. All right. 1, 2, 3. They're out of command. And they are out of command. And those guys were in command. We can bring them up and put them under that stack. Okay. All right, I think that takes care of things for those guys. Now, I've got some horses over here by the Kanov. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah. Oh, come on. anybody else? That kind of takes care of the action on that side of the field. Let's see. I'm going to move Borzel up here to Parsonevo. That's his big exciting move. Let's see, and then we have Compan's division. So I got to do something exciting with them, don't I? So these guys will come and move up there. They're in line. And these guys are in line. And these guys are in line. And what else? No, stop doing that. These guys will change. And these guys will come up here. They will be in, come on, they'll be in column. I keep cloning the cloning the hit markers there. Okay, I'll get it right eventually. All right, and then we've got these guys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this guy can come up. 1, 2, 3. We're going to have these guys come back actually here. Okay, these guys will come up there.
Oh, man.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Look at them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, and then these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, that's it for all of my exciting movement. So, we can go and do fire combat down here by Utitsa.
All right. And then okay. All right. Defensive fire. There's not a lot of it.
You've got some stuff here, and then...
All right. Okay, so starting with this guy here.
Yep.
The targets are the same. They're like 8s or no 9.
Yeah, 9.
11s
So
or something like that.
Yeah, you got 3 to 9 because you only got 1 increment left, or
61. That's still not good enough.
not at 1 to
Okay.
3. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Now further up here, like here. Oh, I see. Well, this is the 5th where I cannot charge. Okay. So I've got this guy who is he?
Well, you've got
even supposed to
skirmishers
be?
here, right? So there's
Yeah.
you've got 2 increments in each hex.
Okay, 2 increments of fire on this guy.
Okay. So that'll be 6 to 9.
6 to 9.
23 is a miss.
Missed. And the other thing would be on this guy.
That's also 6 to 9.
Miss.
Okay.
Whatever. Okay. This guy 6 to.
6
I have to
9.
fire on the
He's got
guys
to
that are
attack. Yeah, he's
assaulting.
got to fire on the guy that's assaulting him. Yeah.
So it's a 6 to or 6. Yeah, 6 again.
Mm-hmm.
6 to 9 again.
Yep. 56.
56. That's a hit.
I don't know if it is because it's. Yeah, it is a hit at 1.5 to 1. Okay. So And that's his first hit. Okay.
Okay. The next guy is the.
He's just got one
Oh,
increment.
he's only got one. So that's like 3 to 6.
3 to 6, yep.
3 to 6.
51, but you got a plus. I've got, what, 15 increments there? So you'll have a plus 6. So that's enough for a hit. So let me go ahead and mark that. Okay. All right, what's next?
Finally, these guys, the 2 units in the line.
Okay.
So they're a 15.
Yep. 2, 6.
15 on 6. 2.5 to 1.
16 is a miss.
Okay. And that's it.
Okay. All right, time for me to start shooting back at you. So I'll start over here. I've got this artillery. So I've got 12. What should I do? Yeah, we'll fire here. So 12 to 9 on those guys up on the hill. 34 is a miss. Then I've got all this stuff here firing on your Cossacks.
Do your
oh yeah,
artillery.
Yep, ammunition. And where's the ammunition wagon? Come on. And decreases that. And let's just clone that now. And drop them there. Okay, cool. All right, so then we've got these guys. They're going to have 4. And then another 4 is going to be, well, we'll say 3. So that's going to be 7. And that's 12. And another 12, and another 12. So that's going to be 36 plus 7. That's going to be 40, 42. 42 to 6. That's going to be what?
Where is this?
That's your Cossacks here that I've got all these guys combining on them.
Oh, okay, got it.
Including artillery that's in this hex here in square. So,
okay.
42 to 6 is going to be 7 to 1 odds, shifted to 8 to 1 odds for canister. Let's roll the dice. 61 at 8 to 1 is 3 hits.
Oh boy. Okay. Okay.
All right, go ahead and make a morale check for them. Well, they're happy. Okay. All right. Then I've got some guns here. I can fire there and there. Yeah. So, so that's going to be 6 to 9. And that's going to be a hit on these guys here.
Okay.
And then we roll up here another 6 to 9, but this time with a -6. And that's not going to be enough. Okay. All right. Then I've got these guys here, here, and here, all combining on those guys. So I've got 12 plus 18. That's going to be 30 to 6. Actually, you're in cultivated 30 to 7. So it's 4 to 1. A 23 at 4 to 1 is a single hit, and that's enough to eliminate them.
Okay, and those guys are. I'll take those guys off.
And they're part of the 3rd Corps.
All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Then we'll have these 2 skirmishers fire there. So that's going to be 9 and 9, 18 to 16, 1-to-1 shot there. And that's a hit. And so I think your Jaegers are going to need to consolidate into 1 hex now. Oh, and they need to make a morale check, because that was an even loss. So they're happy. All right, then here we've got these guys here and these guys here. So this guy's in line, this guy's in line. That's going to be 24 to 9, 2.5 to 1. 25 at 2.5 to 1 is a miss. All right. Here we go. We've got these guys firing there. So it's just going to be 8 to 9. 66. That is a hit. And those guys are eliminated.
All right, let's see. Okay.
Okay, and then we've got this shot here. So this is going to be 8 to 9. Another 66. Those guys are eliminated right here.
Nice night for you, Eric.
Well, we'll see. I don't think my luck will hold at Dresden tomorrow if I'm getting these good rolls here today. On the bright side, you didn't have any leaders there, so take some comfort in that. So now I got to figure out, we've got some more shooting. So I've got half of this, and this can fire on your guy that's disordered. So I've got, how many increments are there? 2. So I've got 6, and this is worth another 6. So I'll have 12 to whatever you are in disorder, probably 10, right?
Probably.
Fire defense of disorder is 8. So 12 to 8, it's 1.5 to 1. 25 is a miss. So nothing exciting there. And anything else? I guess, no, not really. There's not anything worth taking a shot at. So that is the fire combat down there. Are you handling stuff up here by Semenovskoe, or is that Paul's?
It's normally it's tonight. It was Paul's, but
okay.
So
then let's
he was
kind
going
of
to do this front.
Yeah, let's kind of wrap things up here. So let me find out what's supposed to happen if I've marked something for an assault, and then it gets killed before I assault it. What happens? Assaulting units may advance in the hex reactor if failed the murder trap check. Likewise, an empty hex may be assaulted if the hex had been the target and became empty due to offensive fire, due to casualties or disordering out of the hex as a result of failed morale check triggered by fire. Simply move the assaulting unit forward into the vacant hex during the assault phase. It may not initiate a second assault. So we will go ahead and do that. So we'll move this guy in here, and then we'll move this guy in here, and then we will conduct our assault over here. So you've got 1 increment, and I've got 4 increments. So in theory, we are on the 4.
I've got 2 increments. I think I got 2 increments.
Oh yeah, 2 increments. Okay, so it's a 2 to 1. So you'll have a -3 on your morale check. Plus maybe another -6 for being half dead. I don't know what their morale is. You might want to flip them over and see.
46. I think they're going to be okay, but let's see.
Well,
They are
yeah,
14,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, so they're okay. So then I will make mine. There's no pluses for me, but there is a -3 because I did suffer a loss. And I roll a 43. That's going to become a 36. That's enough. So now we just do our numbers.
Okay.
So I've got 11.2.
And I've got 6.
So it's going to be, it's not enough for 2 to 1. So it's going to be a 1.5 to 1. So we just go ahead and roll and see what we get. 54 at 1.5 to 1 is a DD. So you are going to lose an increment and retreat, and then lose an increment for each ZOC you exit. So the only
All right, I
path
think I'm going to be. Let's see, that goes to 3.
Yep.
And then I'd have to go over the 5-7.
Yep. And then you could go there and then there, and that would be the only way you could avoid all those ZOCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then mark him
Wait a minute,
disordered.
Oh. Okay.
Right, and then I
And
will advance into that hex.
That guy has to check.
Oh yeah, he'll have a -12. Yeah, he's happy.
56. He'll be okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Okay, so that takes care of all the excitement down by Utitsa. So now we can go up and see what's going on with Paul. I don't have... Oh yeah, no, we still have this melee down here where you've got to attack me. So let's go ahead and do that now. So I've got 14, and you've got whatever you got left halved for your Cossack. Are you there, Albert? Albert, we still have that Cossack that did the opportunity charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's go back to room 1 there.
This one first. I guess I need
So
to
Albert,
roll
let's
to
go to
close.
room 1. Albert?
And
No, actually,
Okay,
I need to
cool.
roll.
All right.
Okay.
Good. So you've got 2 increments, and you've got 2 increments, or 2 melee per increment. So you've got 6 to my, well, and then your half. So you've got 3 to 14. So it's a 1 to 2 attack. There's no leader there, so you just go ahead and roll and see what you get. A 21.
21.
That's going to be AD.
Okay.
So you're going to lose an increment, and you're going to rout.
AD, yes. Okay. So I go 1. Let's see, I'll lose an increment.
Well, you don't want to go there. You want to go this way, right? Because if you go into that hex, then the next time you exit, you'll lose another increment.
1.
Yep.
Okay. 1.
2.
Oh. How much is the marsh?
Marsh costs... Well, remember the priority is to go over clear terrain first, but the marsh is only... It's 7 for cavalry.
Well, I can go here first.
Yep.
Then I'll go there first, and then I'll go in the marsh.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 7. So it's
Yeah.
1, 2, 9, 10,
Well, remember, he's
11,
tired, so he only moves half his usual.
10.
So
he's
he would
8.
actually stop right here because half of his
All
movement is
right.
that. So he's gonna
Okay.
be exhausted, and
Okay. There you go.
yeah, and
Okay.
then I would advance into that hex. Oh no, I wouldn't because you charged me. So that's that little bit of stuff down there. All right, and he should. I think he's just got 1 increment left at this point, right? Because he lost 2 increments, one
Yeah,
for
he
leaving
should have.
there and one for leaving that hex. So he's
He
got
has.
7 hits on him.
I think he's got 2. He lost. He lost 1, and you didn't go to a. Yeah, he lost 1 increment.
No, so he was in this hex. When he moved to that hex, he left his ZOC. But I've got a ZOC into this hex too. So when he moved back, he would have
All
lost
right.
another ZOC,
Okay.
another
All right.
increment.
Okay. All right.
All right. So that takes care of things down there. I don't have anybody to roll for except maybe my artillery. So I will try to get those guys resupplied. And I do. And so let's increase them. All right. Anybody else need to be resupplied? No. Okay. Now we move back up here. Let's go see what's going on with Paul.
I rolled a 5.
Hi, Paul.
Hello.
How goes it?
Okay, so I think this artillery goes to the box thing you're saying, John?
Yeah, it's good. He didn't spike it.
Huh.
It would be a 1 or a 2 to spike the gun.
All right, so. Oh, that's on the turn marker. Sorry, turn.
Yeah, the battery box is up there. You guys have got lots of reinforcement. You know, you've got at least a couple of guns you could bring in if you wanted to.
Getting kind of crowded over there, yeah. Okay. All right, so now, Michael, you advance.
But I don't want to advance.
Okay.
Well, did they fail the morale check or
He assaulted.
right? But did you actually do melee with them or did you?
Yes. So he has to come
So
in.
you have to. So you would break that unit down.
One
And-
more goddamn thing wrong with this stupid system. Absolutely fucking asinine. I don't care who hears me say it. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
Well, the problem is it's because I don't think you can have a
No,
a
the
regiment in
problem
there,
is
yeah.
that you can't stack without a goddamn leader. That's the problem. It's a ridiculous rule. It's absurd.
I concur.
And every goddamn time I come up to another earthwork, it's because I've got a battalion, or excuse me, I got a regiment. Oh no, we can't have that.
No.
It's asinine.
Well, you can reform your
And
regiments.
by the way, John, that is exactly why that battalion was attacking from the front. So I'd have somebody who could advance. Because I knew that the rules wouldn't let me do what any rational, ordinary set of common sense rules would let you do.
But they disordered.
No, they didn't disorder. He's good. He just has to break down.
Oh no, the ones in the front took 2 hits and then disordered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're right here.
Okay. So that's why that happened.
Yeah.
Have you guys done any fire combat, Paul, over here, defensive fire, anything like that, over on this end of the line?
No, I figured you were involved with that, so I was just finishing up here with Michael.
Okay, then I will Do you want me to handle that? Did you already do defensive fire,
Well,
or we haven't done any
Michael-
fire over here?
We
Michael's
haven't
got
done.
one more assault.
I was gonna say if you and Al want to resolve those, I'd say go ahead, save a little time.
Okay, Albert, let's go down to room 1 again. All right, so
Okay.
we've got a little bit of defensive fire here. You've got this and this. And this
All
unit
right.
here, I guess.
Okay.
Well, maybe he already had him fire on that
Let's-
guy. So,
All right. So 12 to 9
Yep.
on this guy.
Yep.
Okay.
61. That is a palpable hit.
Okay. Another 12 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Okay,
and
and
that's
that's
a
not a
miss.
hit. Okay. Let's fire back. So here we've got 9 to 9, 1 to 1, and that's a miss. And here we've got 9 to 9, where we had 12 to 9, but it's no difference. And that's a miss. Then here we've got a bunch of shooting on your horses. So I've got, how many increments here? I've got 3, plus 3 is 9, plus 4 is 12, so that's going to be 30 to 6. That's going to be 5 to 1. 46 at 5 to 1 is 2 hits on your ponies there.
Okay.
All right, and make a route check for them. At 12, so they are going
They
to
rout.
rout.
Okay. So I'm going to send them back over. Okay. 1,
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 11.
Okay. All
Okay,
right, and then you
now,
got some morale checks to make.
This artillery will check. Artillery will check.
And they're happy.
They made it. The other guys,
Oh, they're
they
going to disorder.
disorder.
Yep.
What's that out? Oh, out of command. All right. Okay. Gosh. Tell you what, this is not. Okay, going back.
Yep, they've just moved back half of their value, so they'd move back like 3.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. All right.
All right. Then I've got some guns that can fire, I think. Yeah, there's still a few that can get a shot at you. So Lauriston and these guys are going to fire on this unit that's up here.
Did this? Okay. All right.
So that'll be 4 and 4 is 8, plus 6 is going to be 14. 14 to 6 is 2 to 1 with a plus 4 for Saint Maurice. Here we go. 55, that's going to be a hit on those guys. Let me mark off my ammo. All right. No, I think that's it. We didn't have any other combat per se. So let's go back up to the rest of the group and see what's going on.
All right.
Greetings and salutations.
Okay. We've got a severe fuck up here.
What happened?
Well, that regiment that I was going to need to break down, I went and looked on the org chart, and all the battalions were already out on the board. They were both on the board at the same time. But even better, we can't find one of the battalions.
The two of them are here.
Okay.
Two of them are there. One's here, and here's their parent regiment.
So,
Could the regiment possibly have been mistakenly placed down for the 2nd Battalion?
That's what I was thinking.
But where's the 2nd Battalion counter then?
I don't know.
it's not in the dead pile, is it?
No, there's nobody dead from the 3rd
Yeah.
Corps yet.
Okay. And is it somewhere else?
Well, John's been looking around, and we've been trying to find it.
Yeah, I don't see it anywhere.
We haven't found it yet.
Okay, and it's not like it had routed back somewhere, and it's not a.
Well,
So, probably. So, did we end up like losing a whole regiment, or where are we at?
we ended up where we've got 7 battalions effectively on the board out of the 4.
Okay.
And we'd actually have to go find the counter to even bring the other battalion back, which I guess I could go do right now. 10th Division.
So you should have the 72nd regiment, right?
Yeah, and that's a whole other side issue. Let's just
okay.
We're dealing with the 46th first. So we've got I need to get the 2nd of the 46th, and he's back out on the board now.
Okay.
But I mean, again, not having any idea when they fell to pieces, when did they get separated? Have they taken casualties since getting separated? Because they've all got damage markers under them.
Well, did you break them down because they had taken hits, or?
No, I broke them down just so they'd make less attractive targets to the Russian guns.
Okay.
Now, is it possible that I broke them all down as having had 2 losses, and that in fact the 2 is really the 6 that's under the regiment? Maybe.
I mean, the good news is that the battalions out there, their losses total the battalion or the regiment's losses.
Yeah.
That's why I was suggesting if you just put an attack battalion, missing battalion out there, and then rearrange the others as if they had to displace from there, I think we could probably call it good. I mean,
yeah, I think that's probably the easiest way of doing it now.
Because then this guy would, I mean, this stack, you'd have to, shift a couple of them out.
Well, no, you've got a leader there. Oh, but you've got
they wouldn't. Yeah, they wouldn't have been. They wouldn't have been there. That's the whole thing. They would have been.
Either would I have put them there if those battalions weren't able to reach there. I mean, it doesn't make any sense for me to put 1 battalion and a battery out there.
Yeah.
I mean, the reason I moved them there was because I thought I had 3 battalions, even though they were all partial.
Yeah.
True.
And in fact, this guy would have moved in there.
Yeah, because you'd moved them there, and I pointed out the stacking problems.
Right. Exactly.
Well, you
Well,
have
I mean, it's
You
still
just reassault with just one battalion.
yeah. I mean, I except of course, obviously, I wouldn't do that either because that'd be nonsensical.
Well, but you'd be attacking them through their rear.
Well,
So
yeah, I was attacking him through the rear, and I guess I'd be attacking him through the rear with 2 of the battalions
right,
because the other 2 would be up here.
right. So then it's just whatever the odds would have been. I don't know what those guns. Those guns probably have a
They were a
Um,
4 defense factor.
yeah.
Last one increment. So yeah, they were at 4.
So you would have had then. Is it?
Looks like
mean-
15. I would have
You
had
need a
15.
leader on there, though.
Right, exactly. See, because another goddamn stupid
Well,
rule.
no, but you could have had one guy assaulting from here and one guy assaulting from there, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Change the odds again.
Well, it doesn't change the odds. It's still the same odds. Right? Attacking, that doesn't affect it. But because you're still attacking through the rear, so whoever's attacking through the rear is going to be improved by 50%. So that means that one unit might be worth 15 and the other guy's worth, I don't know, whatever, 10, or if he's got a hit on him, he's worth something. So I don't know. You'd want to have the unit that's whole attacking. So it'd be 15 and the guy that's halved is worth 5, so that's 20. So it's going to be 20 to 4, so it's 5 to 1. There's no way that the guns can survive at 5 to 1.
Oh, they wouldn't.
Yeah. So I mean, it's the same thing. It's just, you advance with, whoever you're going to advance with, kind of a thing. So the result is still the same.
I pulled up 2 turns ago, and the regimental counter was stacked with the 4th and the 3rd battalions, and the 1st battalion was behind it. So I have a feeling that the regimental counter the 2nd battalion.
Oh, okay. That makes it couldn't have been though. But...
Yeah, it doesn't really explain where the regimental counter went, or
well, what happened was it looks like you broke it down, but you didn't take the regimental counter off.
Well,
you whatever it should have been the 2nd.
But the battalion counter's still missing. I had to go create a new one, so it still doesn't make any sense.
Well, here's what I'm thinking. How often is it that we click on a unit and then we thought we've clicked on something else and then you hit the delete, right? So you were going to delete the regiment off, and instead the computer still thought that you had highlighted the 2nd battalion was the one that was still highlighted in the computer, and then you hit the delete button. That's probably the most likely, most likely thing that happened.
I guess.
Hey, did anybody fire these guns on these guys here?
No, nobody did.
Okay, I'll do that
Hey,
now.
Michael, now you got the case of the 72nd regiment.
Yeah, well, that one's a whole lot easier. I'll just break it up.
Yeah. Okay, I'll fire. It's a 1-to-1 shot, upgraded to a 1.5 to 1 shot. 14 is a miss, so no harm, no foul.
Now we're down to the last assault after the breakdown gets done. I'll say I'm looking on the floor. I don't see any drop counters.
Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. So now the assault on the horses. And what have I got? I
have to take a morale check first or not?
Nope. Your cavalry don't make a morale check.
Okay. Getting a little off there.
And
But it's
it's
a 1-to-1.
I'm -6 because of taking a hit. Although it wasn't defensive, well, yeah, it wasn't defensive fire from the target, but I still took a hit.
Right.
And then -3 for 1-to-1. Well, that's probably not
It's
going
going
to
to
be
be a
good enough.
15. Survey says
Yeah.
22. Nope, so they're going to disorder back.
Yeah, I'm going through the past games. It was the regimental counter, and then all of a sudden the same square was the regimental counter with the third and the fourth, and the first was behind it. And so I'm guessing the second got deleted or something, however, instead of the regimental one, or Control D was hit, and well, something was highlighted there, and
Thanks for checking. That's good to know.
All right. That is a interesting. Boop, 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 boop.
And then this guy takes a disorder check, right?
Yep. So he'll have a minus
He's fine.
what? Yeah. All right. Time for us to do reorganization, I presume. I'm going to roll for this guy over here. 12. He's going to keep going. 2, 4, 6. All right. This guy over here. 34. He's fine. This guy is rested, so he is fine.
What is the negative effect on a rally attempt if you're disordered?
-3. So if you roll the 26, it'll be a 23. But I think he's half dead, right?
He is half dead.
Yep, so he'll have a -9 altogether. So he's going to rout. We need to send the marching band up. $63, that's a pretty good roll, any way you slice it. Take the cavalry markers off. And I'll roll for my artillery. So over here, yep, they're back. And then Lauriston. Nope. And then Saint Maurice. Nope. All right. Do, do, do. All right. Any other excitement?
Not that I can think of.
Okay. Did you take all your cavalry markers off? Mike, David?
Yes.
Okay.
Our bubbles, yes.
Yeah, the bubbles. Remove the bubbles. All right. All right. Is there anything left to do? Michael, are you still doing stuff?
No.
Okay. And Dave, are you done with stuff?
I'm done.
Okay. I would say that the French turn is complete. So we go back up to the cup. And it's our turn to draw. So I will start pulling stuff out. Regroup. You guys got stuff that needs to regroup.
A little bit.
Okay.
Not too much.
We know when the Russians can move.
Yeah.
Huh, what? The French go first, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Just watching.
I'm like trying to figure out where the heck these leaders are. There's a problem with all my cavalry. They went charging out there, and now I don't know who they belong to. Like, okay, where are you supposed to be? Saint-Germain. Okay, so we got to find Saint-Germain somewhere out here. There's Saint-Germain. So 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, 3. All right, who else needs to go? One, 2, 3. How much is it to go through the brush? 4. 12. Okay. All right. Paul, do you have some stuff you want to do?
Yeah.
Tell me where
Start
you're
with-
at. Okay. Yep,
just
I
right
see
there.
him.
But,
Yep.
so he was going to move up to leaders over here.
Okay.
2, 3. Get to there.
Yep.
And now these 3 artillery were activated by the roll, and their leaders here, so they're going to move up 1, 2, 3, let's see.
They would just be like just stacked up right here, right?
I was just going to put them like that. Because they're 1, 2, 3 to that hex.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
And then we've got artillery over here with the 4th Division.
Oh, okay.
2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 5, 6. So the guys are just trashing their way through there. And don't know if I've got anything else. Oh, where does this guy belong? Got this guy way out here. Is he part of Duca?
He should be. He's with the Second Army of the West.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oops. There he goes. Okay, I think that's it for the Russians.
I did some.
Okay.
Did you the artillery from the fourth division?
No, I already moved those up, Al. They should be back in the brush. That's as far as that's as far as they got.
All right, I moved the Moscow militia and some of the Cossacks.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Cool, cool, cool. Are we done with regroup everywhere?
Yep.
Okay. So we can move on to the Cup of Fate. At this point, it's just, there's no reinforcements, so we don't need to bother with that. So it's just the batteries. So this is the Russians pulling it, even though I'm doing it here to speed things up. And so the Russians, you guys get to fire your grand batteries first. Not that it matters.
John's got the only one at this point.
Oh, you got that's yours. Oh, do we have any?
No, just John.
Oh.
We don't have artillery in a group of 3.
Yeah.
With a leader, I don't think.
Gosh, what a...
So, John, if you want to fire Yermolov and company.
That's what it looks like he's doing. I saw stuff flashing.
Okay.
That's 19. 6. So my grand battery's fire.
Can't hear you.
You got 9 plus.
I got 19. Sorry.
9 plus 5.
19.
That's
2 to 1.
Yeah. So 2 to 1 with a plus 5. So roll your dice, John.
Hang on a second. I'm having some technical difficulty here. Okay.
And
Yeah,
that's a
15.
Big miss.
Yeah. All right. Anything else? I can't hear John now.
No,
Oh,
nothing.
there you are. Okay, I don't have any grand batteries to fire. It looks like Michael is doing something over there.
Yeah. For that first guy in that line of dominoes, it's medium range, so it's 40 to 6,
Okay,
which
so
is pretty
40
well
to
automatic
6.
since he's only got one increment left. It's
And he rolled
kind
a
of irrelevant.
63, so they
Wait, a perfectly good 63.
are. Yeah, so that's going to be a dead, more dead
That guy right there.
Russians. Yeah.
Hey, trust me, I know what wasted die rolls feel like.
Yeah, yeah, plenty of those lately, huh? The next guy behind him is now at long range, so it's only 21 to 6.
So 3 to 1
3 to 1.
with a minus something. Rose 4, so minus 2.
Minus 2, so it's a 22 at 3 to 1,
is a
just enough
single
to
hit.
wipe that unit out.
So that's this guy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put them
Kinda good.
on. Put them in the on the morale level chart. That's where we're stacking all the dead bodies.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Who's he a part of?
He's.
Well,
It doesn't matter.
cavalry, just put
Cavalry
him at the
doesn't
bottom.
matter because he doesn't
Oh.
affect the morale level. He's just for victory points. His accumulated dead bodies count for something.
Got it. Okay.
All right, so 21 to 9, it's only 2 to 1, and now it's minus 10. No, excuse me, minus 8.
Yep. 64. That's going to be a 52.
It's still going to be a
That's
hit.
a hit.
Not a morale check though.
Nope.
Okay. All right, and that's
I
probably
think,
it.
yeah. Okay, so that wraps up our
I
little.
still got a shot here.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna juke from there to here. It's at 2 to 1 plus 6, and
It's going to be a
61,
61 at 2 to 1.
one hit.
Yep.
On who?
And
Right here, this cavalry.
Time
So
for
check
them to make
morale.
another morale check.
Oh.
Time they want to go visit the icon of Smolensk.
Right, and I'm gonna bounce through to here, but only one of them can do that, and that's 1.5 to 1 at even.
Well, there's
Oh.
these skirmishers here,
Excuse
right?
me, there's
Yeah,
skirmishers.
so
Yeah.
I didn't,
hit them
I
first.
didn't see them there.
Yeah.
They were
One
kinda-
question on the cavalry: do they retreat a third of their movement because they're exhausted,
Correct.
or is it all?
Yeah.
Oh, so they
so
only go
they're
5.
exhausted, so they're going to go
1,
back
2.
at five movement points.
Right.
Yeah.
Got
All right,
that.
so that would be 13. Then the skirmishers are 14, right?
Skirmishers are 14 in the clear. Yep.
Yeah, 1 to 1.5. Then no modifier.
So one. So that's a miss.
Minus 12. 1.5 to 1 minus 12. Is that enough for anything?
Is it 1.5
Yeah,
to 1 minus 12? Yeah, you could still, if you roll well enough, you could
possibly.
still hit something.
I'll try that. Because
And
now
that-
then that would be into that infantry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right there.
Nope, that is not good.
No.
All right.
Well, and would it be minus 12 or it's just minus 6, right? Because doesn't Dro or whoever you're with,
Yeah, he was
Sorbier
plus-
is
only
plus
minus
6.
6.
Yeah, but even then a 43 becomes a 33. It's a miss at 1.5 to 1. Okay. Cool. Mark off ammo, anybody who used it, and then we can save the game.
In a sense, we can, yes.
We might not be able to save the game, but we can save the file upon which the game
Thank you.
is.
Turn 19.
Yeah. So all right, very interesting stuff. Interesting developments. That cavalry charge is going to go down in the annals of history there.
Yes.
I don't think I've ever had anything quite that exciting, except maybe when I was play testing Jena with Jim Soto, and I think I had, a French unit that charged and just rolled up a whole line of Saxons, but they were Saxons. You would expect that to happen. So this just is the wrong roll came up each time there, Paul.
Yeah, that's a really bad run of luck.
Yeah. Well, I was joking with everybody else then when I was doing my cavalry commanders, rolls for independent, maneuver units. I was like rolling 5s and 6s, which is what I need for my artillery. And then I roll for my artillery and I get 1s and 2s. I'm just like, if I just need to reverse those, it would be perfect. I would have fully activated commands and full caisson of artillery. But what can you do?
I felt like I was calling red and black and roulette and losing each time.
Oh yeah, it pretty much kind of boiled down to that. Although you did, you were consistent in trying to square, which was your best option, given the fact that I was just rolling right up your flank. But you just happened to have some of those high rolls that would have been perfect for standing, or at least better for standing. So it's the machinations of fate, as they say. Well, very good, gentlemen. I'm going to